think within that period, it maybe been like a 2-week period or something with like 100 grand or something like that. Like, and it was just like, this is crazy. Like, if this is what life is like we need to dig into this a bit more. Imagine if we can go on TV. And I was like, stop thinking like that. You're being distracted. Let's just focus on growing the business.
Focus on TikTok.
Let's just get this right. Like, let's just actually get our ducks in a row and like grow this business.
If you want something, fucking do it, man.
Yeah.
Chase it. Just go. Like, it's everything is a dream until it becomes reality.
And I think the biggest thing is always they will get value from you in some other way. Like, I think there always needs to be exchange in some way.
From Shark Tank to multi-million-dollar viral empire, Lewis has built Contour Cube into an international viral beauty tool. But it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows. It was hustle after hustle, mistake after mistake, to figure out what worked and what his passion was. And that was business. Lewis's passion for business led him to multiple offers on Shark Tank, and now Contour Cube has grown into a massive international beauty brand fueled by the viral ice facial tool. With a knack for product design and creation, Lewis has been able to turn his decades of experience into an overnight success millions of people dream of.
Like, for me, when I was growing up, like, I wasn't very good at like
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Point 01. Today we have a fantastic guest, Lewis, on the show, who is the founder or one of the co-founders of Contour Cube, which if you're in the beauty space, it's one of the most viral businesses. How many years ago? Probably like 4 years ago, roughly 4 years ago.
Yeah.
One of the most viral businesses on social media in that sense. He's also been on Shark Tank, done a lot of stuff. A few things. He's been an entrepreneur for a very, very long time. And today I wanted to dive into that sort of mindset and that philosophy that you have for business and your success as well. You guys have done awesome things with your current business, with your partner, which is also very respectable as well. It's very hard to build with a partner sometimes, but yeah, you've done it. But for those people out there who don't know who you are, Lou, what's the sitch? Like, who are you? Like, I know you have a cool story because I was reading up about it and you were telling me about it. So what's the story of how you got to where you are today?
Oh, I think it's definitely been a long journey, like, especially like being in the entrepreneurial space and stuff like that. So it depends how far you want me to go back.
Let's go all the way back. Let's pull back to childhood, Lou.
All right.
Because you're not from here. So
No.
where are you from?
So I'm from the UK.
Okay.
I'm from a small town outside of Manchester. So the town's called Burnley. So I always like to give it a shout out, put it on the map.
Not Queensland Burnley Pav, right?
No, the pub, not Burley pub. No. It's pretty good in there.
Yeah, close. Yeah.
But so yeah, this small like mill town in Burnley.
Nice.
Literally like a working class town. Like everyone there kind of, once they're born there, they pretty much stay there for the rest of their lives.
Wow.
So people don't really leave. Like in the UK, I don't know, it's very different to Australia in terms of you don't like to travel more than half an hour anywhere.
Oh,
and
really?
if it's over half an hour, it's a long way away.
Whereas I mean, you had to travel half an hour to get here today. I even had to travel from lunch to get here.
I
more
wouldn't
than
have done
half
it if
an
we were
hour.
in the UK. I would have been like, oh, it seems too far away.
It's too far, bro.
But in Australia, like, I think people will travel 3 hours and that's still fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's still like,
As long as
just
it's
a short
worth
distance.
the travel, people will travel.
Yeah. So basically, I grew up there, and my kind of entrepreneurial journey started when really, really young, when I was like in primary school. So, like, for me, when I was growing up, like, I wasn't very good at like traditional. Everyone should be good at like reading, writing, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because I suffer, I'm actually dyslexic. So
Crazy.
basically, I found out when I was very young. My mum was like an educational psychologist, which means she like assesses children on like,
Oh, no way.
yeah, how to like their learning abilities and stuff in certain areas. And then we realized that like I had some like I was a little bit behind on like my actual reading and my writing and stuff.
Yeah.
Great at talking, great at everything else, but like that was like a point that I really struggled with. So. So that kind of pushed me into like thinking really differently, like from a very young age. Just like, how do I continue to like be successful and like achieve the things I want to achieve in life with this restriction in my life, so like not hold me back.
Yeah, when you were young, did you think that your dyslexia was like a detriment to you, or was it kind of normal for you?
No. I think there was definitely a period in time when like I was like seriously like kind of in my own head and like almost like depressed as a kid.
Wow.
Like literally at like 7 years old, like, because for me, like I kind of had this idea that in order to be successful, you needed to be able to be really, really smart in these like basic skills. You know?
Right.
And I think that's like obviously definitely now been proven wrong by so many people. Obviously, people moving from different countries who don't even speak the language becoming successful.
That's
or
right.
People who like Richard Branson, who obviously he's also dyslexic and come up with other ways in which he can actually be successful in life, communicate his messages that he wants to put out there, grow his businesses and do all these other things. So for me, definitely it was very difficult at that point in time because I felt like I was kind of a bit of not an outsider, but like I was different from other people because there was other children in the school who were better at this than me. And like, obviously everything's graded in like black and white.
Exactly. It's
A,
like
B, C,
you're either A, B, C, D,
where-
100, 90, 80, 70, 50, 40.
Exactly.
Like, you got numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're constantly being compared to other people based on what these like forms tell you or what these exams
And you're not
tell you.
even Asian, bro. So
No,
it's like,
I know, exactly. So I don't have to hit hundreds.
yeah, exactly. For us, it's 100 or nothing, or you'll see it later.
That's it,
You're gone.
leave.
Like, gone.
Yeah.
If you're dyslexic, gone out of the house. That's how it works.
There's no hope.
Yeah, no hope. You're done. You're finished. You're not even my son anymore. But that's crazy. So dyslexia, you've always had that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like, did that kind of affect like your self confidence as you were growing
So
up?
very, very young, yeah, definitely. Like, and I kind of tackled it very quickly as a young person. So my mum was really supportive of me. They kind of really educated me on a lot. And I think any children who kind of maybe are diagnosed with this, like at a very young age, they don't really understand, like they're already just learning how to do all these different things in school. And then they get found out that now they're going to have this obstacle that's maybe going to help like or prevent them from learning as well.
That's right. Did you get bullied for it?
No, I
Never?
didn't get
Okay,
bullied.
okay.
No.
That's
But it was just more. It was more about your own self-conscious beliefs
And your self-worth, I guess.
and your
as well.
self-worth. Even at such a young age, right? You think 7-year-olds don't care, like they'll be like whatever, but like you do actually like understand it.
Because you look at your friend, they're like, oh fuck, they write so well, like they're getting good grades. Why can't I do this stuff?
Why can't I understand it as well?
Yeah, it's like why is it like so easy for them to read the book? Why is it like I'm still stuck on page 5? They finish it already. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're understanding exactly right. You're
Yeah.
dyslexic, yeah?
No.
Can't
But
tell
I
your
get it.
parents.
I get it.
Never admitted
No,
it.
don't tell my parents. I'm not dyslexic. No.
So yeah, that was literally it for me. Like I was in this headspace where I felt like really down about what my future might look like and stuff. But then I really started to work on myself, even at a young age, of like getting your mind right.
Yeah.
So like so I was always like tell myself like to have like a positive mental attitude and stuff. So like to always look at like what the silver lining is at things and like make the most of every single opportunity and then I always basically. Even though I wasn't very good at like reading and writing, I love talking. So I'd always get in trouble for talking. Actually,
You got the gift of the gab.
Yeah, just talk to anybody and become friends with them. And then that was like always a really benefit to me in that situation because I realized that like nothing really matters. And like I think this is kind of what is really great about growing up in today's day and age is like you like all these things are kind of seen as your superpowers and not as your actual like the things that hold you back.
That's right.
But I didn't realize that back then. But then very quickly. So like say when I was 7, I first found out. Pretty upset about it, and then like as I grew up, like literally maybe like a year later, I kind of come to terms and realized that I was really good at like creative stuff. So I was really good at making things with my hands. I was really good at like telling stories. I was really good at actually. I loved art. Like I loved drawing. I loved all these things. So then I could kind of think of like, well, what if I went down that route? What could I do in that way? And I was also like quite good at numbers too.
There you go.
So
you were shit at reading and writing, but you were good at numbers and being creative. So there's always, I feel like it's always like that. A lot of people out there, I think sometimes they have these self-confidence issues because they're not good at one thing.
Yeah.
But you could be exceptional at another thing and you forget that you're exceptional at another thing because you're always looking at the negative.
Yeah.
So I love that for you that you fought something differently. How did you actually even get that mindset? Was it your mom? Like
from turning it around.
Yeah, like how from such a young age, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
how did you even get that mindset of going, I want to do better, I want to try to explore these different options?
Yeah.
Like where did that come from? Were your parents entrepreneurial? Were they really supportive? Like, did they teach you all of this stuff?
I think my like so one thing that's always been kind of said about me like is I'm always smiling. Like I always think the positive, even if everything's falling apart, I'm still smiling. I'm still like kind of like looking at the positives and things.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the negatives soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. But yeah, so that for me that was my parents were always my mum and my dad were always very supportive of me. No matter what. And my mum was definitely very good at like reminding me of how good I was at all these other things.
Wow.
To really kind of like say, look, you might not have done that well in your English exam, and this is once again, you're so young at this age, but you've absolutely smashed it in these other exams. So like, remember that. Don't like stop trying to look at the things you're not that great on. You can continue to work on those.
Bro, that's awesome.
But look at the stuff that you actually are good at, and then lean more into that, because you always want to be doing things that you actually enjoy, right, in life. And that was always something that I've always leaned to, is like always trying to do more of the things I'm good at.
Wow.
Rather than the things I'm bad at.
Yeah,
Because
wow.
like you don't want to do those.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting that mindset right, and then from that kind of, I carried that through for my entire life now. So I kind of figured that out at a very young age, and I think sometimes people come into that mindset much later in life.
Yeah.
And they don't really know how to actually deal with these things, and they don't know how to like stay positive and even when things are going wrong around them. But because I had that experience such an early age in life, like I could lose it all tomorrow
And still smile.
and we'll still go. Let's go. Let's just
And
start
I love
again.
that. It's all a mindset thing at the end of the day, right? And I feel like at our age now, and you were mentioning to me just then off air, you know, you're 35 this year, right?
Yeah.
And I just turned 30 as well. So we both start with a 3 now.
Yeah, that was
When we first met, I think we were close to in the 20s. I think you were just around 30 or 31. I think the first time we met, bumped heads. But I was still in my 20s. I mean, it's really fascinating because psychology is such an important thing. I think people always ask you, what's the secret sauce? Like, how do you build a successful business? None of that actually matters. All that matters, like as you know for yourself now, being from a young age, if you have your psychology right from the get-go, that is ultimately what will transform into success down the line. Whether it's you, whether it's Richard Branson, same thing. Even Elon Musk, right? He's autistic, right? Yeah. So it's like to have, it's all psychological. It's not really the physical, and that's what people are trying to find. They always want the secret sauce or the shortcut or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about how your brain actually works. So then, following off the back of that, how did you then transform that into like a creative outlet of, you know, entrepreneurship and stuff like that? Because you started very young, right?
Yeah, so pretty much around that sort of time, like, so it all started through like little habits of things that I would do. So, I used to like make money like in the playground, literally by selling like caricatures of kids. So I just draw them because I knew I was good at drawing.
Yeah.
So I used to sell them like drawings in the playground. And
No
this
way.
is like, say, we're going way back now. Like my career's come a long further from there.
Yeah. I mean, you're not an artist anymore.
Not an artist anymore.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like certain sort of things, and like whether it be raising money or whatever it might be, like I always found a way to like kind of excel in those situations. So obviously convince people to like invest in the vision that I have.
Oh, crazy.
And kind of go along with that. So like I remember even when we were like in like about 9 years old, we were raising money for like a charity that the school was getting behind, and a lot of other kids were raising money too, and maybe they'll come in and they'll have like obviously British pounds, so like £10 or £20 or something like that. And I think by the end of the charity thing, I had like £150.
Wow.
And yeah, so like then it's about like, okay, now I've got all these people signed up to give me this money. Now we've got to go and collect the money. So like these little lessons that you didn't realize at the time of, first of all, getting someone to actually commit to giving you their money and then actually getting the money.
That's two different things.
Yeah, two different things.
Yes.
Like you haven't made any money until you've got the money.
Yes,
Like,
I always say you never made the money until it's in the bank account.
yeah,
So
exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. So like these, I didn't realize at the time, but they was really, really important lessons for me. So then going through to like high school and stuff, like taking those lessons and then like thinking, all right, how can I be entrepreneurial at high school? So it might be a playtime. Everyone wants to go and like play football or whatever. They don't actually want to go and get food and stuff. So like I would kind of go and buy food from the canteen and then I'd go to the playground and sell it to them in the playground and just put like 50% on it.
Oh,
and like,
wow.
So like, you know what I mean? Like I make profit by just convenience.
Yes, correct.
So small things like that. Like I'd steal my brother's magazines and things that he didn't need anymore and I'd just sell them in the playground. Like, like stuff that people like basically wanted but couldn't get hold of. So like it all kind of started from there. And just basically, even with other children in high school and stuff, who were kind of also entrepreneurial as well, we kind of come up with little ideas together and we'd like sell stuff to each other. And then like, yeah, it was kind of that was kind of where the whole mindset comes from, is like, how can I turn $1 into $2? And how do I make it, and then like starting to learn about like, you know, why people actually purchase from you or want to buy from you, and how to actually sell anything you can, like, you know, and like, this is where people kind of put barriers in front of themselves and then like don't really understand that like you can sell anything, you can do anything. Like you're only holding yourself back. So that kind of mindset was very much something I built over those very early years. Up until basically my first proper business, which was when I was 16. So so I started a clothing brand, and this is in the MySpace days.
No way.
Yeah. So
and was this
I don't know if you'll remember.
I do remember MySpace. Yeah, I was on it. At the very tail end of MySpace.
Right.
Was this back in the UK or was it over here?
Back in the UK. UK. Yeah.
All right, run me through it. MySpace days, those era. Wow, people listening probably will have a mad flashback off the back of that.
Yeah,
but MySpace was crazy.
So kind of like it was the early days of social media, right? So we had like MySpace. There was actually something before that, but MySpace was the one that really
we had
stuck
Bebo.
out. I was on Bebo.
You on Bebo? Yeah, so I had Bebo and MySpace. Yeah.
If anyone can try and find my account,
oh my God,
be
does that even still exist? I wonder if Bebo still exists. Oh my God.
I think in Bebo days it was just basically adding as many hot chicks as you could and putting them on your profile, and you're already like 15 at a time.
Yeah, and then your name is like all emojis and like all these little like characters and stuff. Yeah.
Even MSN anyway.
MSN. And you had the statuses. Wow, what a flashback. Yeah,
I know.
Crazy.
So we're really going that far back, and so MySpace for me, like I was on there and I could see a lot of people like kind of using it as a tool for business, and building communities and stuff like that as well. And the way it used to be in the good old days is that basically you could just, if you wanted to grow a following, all you had to do was add people, and then they would automatically be added to your
friends
your
list.
network, and then they would see your content. So it was pretty like basic, but it meant that you could, if it's not like the more people that you can add, the more people that can see your stuff, the more people you got to sell to.
Yeah.
So I created this t-shirt brand, and basically I found out that there was like this robot like that you could actually plug in, and it could scrape like and add all these people.
Yeah.
Like so you could add like 100 people at a time, and then you start building up your profile.
Yeah.
So I was doing that. This is like 16 years old and stuff. So I was just getting all these people to be added to my profile, and then obviously showing pictures and like showing off my products and stuff, and then people would actually buy it, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, so,
you actually sold.
Yeah, we're selling just through social media back in the day.
Wow,
And this is just
OG,
pictures.
bro. You're an OG social media marketer.
Yeah, OG. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, all I need to do is find, and I even found like my suppliers on MySpace.
No way.
Yeah, so like there were search functions. So like there were guys who were printing a lot of t-shirts. T-shirts were really popular back in the noughties.
Yeah.
So this is like 2006.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you could go on there, and then people would put up price lists and stuff, and you just buy off them.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so you could get like for like £2, you could get like 50 t-shirts like per t-shirt. But for like £2, you get like a t-shirt printed.
Bro, that is so cheap. What?
I know, back in the day, right?
That's crazy.
I know. So like that's like $4,
$4
like for one t-shirt, ready to go, and you just I always used to just 10x everything. So whatever I buy,
shit. You sold it for 40 or £20?
Yeah, just 10x it, and then that's what you'd sell it for. Like because I always believe that like that's what you kind of need to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, it worked, and people will buy it because like they were really interested in finding like really cool designs or stuff that they hadn't seen before. And yeah, that was kind of how that business started. And then basically from there, it grew over like a year. And then I got like into like a young entrepreneur of the year, like kind of awards at that time because of like this innovation of like using social media basically for that sort of stuff.
Crazy.
And then it all came crashing down.
No way. Well, you know, it's funny because we met at the Young Entrepreneur of the Year Awards maybe 3 years ago now. But that's so funny. Crazy. What
funny,
the
right?
hell?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Tell me more. Like, that's so interesting. Like, you built this entire t-shirt business. How did you do the designs back then? Did you have to draw it?
Yeah.
Like,
so the way it worked is, so I was at college at the time. So I don't know what you call it, whether you have college out here or whether it's uni. Or
uni,
whatever.
college, same.
Yeah. So I was at college at the time. So that's like 16 to 18, and I was studying like graphic design and a few other art courses and stuff as well. Yeah. So I was just basically using like Photoshop, basically.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Wait, did Photoshop exist back then?
Yeah, it did.
I'm just trying to think. 20 years ago, did we have Photoshop?
It was a lot more filters and stuff. Definitely some pretty crazy stuff. But so Photoshop. So you were kind of, it was pretty like obviously the platform being MySpace, right? You were learning things like HTML. You were learning how to like edit things in Photoshop. Like you were learning how to like build communities.
Yeah,
and it's
crazy.
just ages ago. Like, and you just think, oh my God, like I mean, that's nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get like our household didn't get our first computer until 2005 or 2006.
Yeah.
So I never had access to a computer until 2006.
Yeah,
So
wow.
it was like that was probably when you were like kind of like starting to grow stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fascinating, bro. That's why I have no idea.
Yeah.
But that's cool. So what happened then? Like, how did the business go? Like, do you remember how much money you made?
I think at the time, like, we probably made about £10,000.
That's pretty
like
good.
That.
I mean,
you're 16 years old.
Bro,
like,
that's mad.
you're getting £2
so
t-shirts, like, you know what I mean? So, like, it was pretty good. And, like, yeah, you always felt like you were like a millionaire at that time. You know
is that better than a job? Like, how much do you used to get paid? Do you remember?
Yeah. I remember 16 years older because I used to work as well. So I've never been afraid of work either. Like I've worked as well, and always made my own money. So like whether it's making it with your own business or whether it's actually making it through working through someone,
just make money.
That's always what it is. Just make money, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember my first paycheck when I was 16 years old. I was getting paid £3.75 an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
$3.75 an hour.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. So what's
actually
that, like
that's
$7?
exactly the same as almost exactly the same as what I was getting paid for my first job.
Yeah.
I made $6 an hour for my first job. So $3.75 is about $6.50 odd.
Yeah.
So roughly the same.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
crazy.
yeah, and then I just became kind of obsessed with like making money and obsessed with like kind of doing as much as you can with as little as possible.
Well, I mean,
so,
£10,000. That's 3,000 hours of work.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you probably
Paid
would have
off.
felt pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It would
paid
have
off.
felt really good.
And I probably blasted for it, to be honest with you. That
Did
is,
you spend? What did you
just
spend it on?
going
What
out
did you
and
spend it on?
stuff.
Oh, just going out. Guys, my shout.
Yeah,
I got the food.
yeah. And I've always kind of like had a mindset of, and it's something I'm actually getting a little bit more into at the moment as well.
Like financial mindset?
Yeah, kind of financial mindset, but more like trying to build businesses or money streams to basically fund what you want your life to be. So I've got another example of this in a minute, but basically, for that, like what I wanted to do between 16 and 18 years old is go out, enjoy time with my friends, go and party, whatever it was. So that money was for that.
So you made money to spend it. Yeah, you made money to have fun.
Yeah, so that was my fun money because I didn't need anything. Like,
of course.
You live at home for free, so you don't have to pay rent.
And at that age, most of the time, you're
Yeah.
not thinking about financial freedom. Should I get property? Should I get investments? Should I buy some stocks?
Should have been.
Bro, imagine if you bought stocks back then, bought some Virgin stock back then from Richard Branson.
Oh my gosh, yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Exactly. So basically, we did quite well with that, but then. But yeah, that did come crashing down because basically, as I was using this robot to add people, and I was trying to add more and more people, my account basically got completely like deleted, like banned.
Oh, the banjo.
Yeah, because I got flagged basically. As like
this guy's a bot.
Yeah,
spammer.
he's like a robot, right? Like,
he's a spammer. This
so
and that.
it was something that you could get away with for a little bit, but then obviously as technology develops and then they were getting smarter about how people are actually building these communities, then they realized, oh, actually we need to like start implementing some kind of things in the back end to kind of shut down anything. And there's no customer service. You can't get it back.
Of course.
Like,
even now,
can't do it now.
how hard is it to get
Try
in
and
touch with
contact
Meta? If Meta breaks, how hard is it to get to a Facebook rep or something? You can't, man. It's
Exactly.
So hard.
So yeah, so that was kind of when it all came crashing down. So it was a first taste of real entrepreneurship
and success,
and actually doing something which made some decent money at a young age. So
100%.
it kind of got the bug from there, to be honest with you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then so then it was kind of like trying to work out, what do I want to do in my future? Where do I want to be? Because I was still like, I wasn't 100% in an entrepreneur mindset. I wasn't 100% in a worker's mindset. I was just kind of living my life.
Yeah.
So I loved entrepreneurship, but I also really loved design, like graphic design.
Yeah.
So so then that kind of took me to university and stuff. And that's really when things started to get a lot more fun for me in the entrepreneur space.
So did you study a degree at the end of it? You got a bachelor's?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you have?
In graphic design.
Oh, bachelor's of graphic design.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So because once again, like, and it all, when you look back, you can see how you got there, right?
Yeah.
But you don't know what the future looks like looking forwards.
Yeah,
So
of course.
obviously, looping all the way back to the beginning of the story when I'm saying I had to lean more into creativity, and now I'm at uni doing graphic design.
Yeah,
you know
went
what I mean?
full all in.
Yeah, I was like, I can be creative in this space,
Yeah.
and I found it a really interesting way to look at like how people in that space were making money as well.
Yeah.
Like, what were they doing? Were they selling designs online? Were they creating their own businesses, like their own agencies? Were they creating products and stuff? Because I kind of had two choices at that point when I went to uni. It was become a product designer or become a graphic designer. And I actually went down the graphic design route.
Interesting.
But I still always loved product design.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of went down that route, and graphic design was kind of where I found myself and really loved it. Like, it taught me so much about branding. It taught me so much about the importance of design and communicating a message. And it's something that the lessons that I've learned through obviously studying that and like being involved in projects, and then obviously creating businesses through my uni as well.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of led me to where I am now. So even when I was at uni, like the key things that have always been my strengths have always been being able to communicate and build relationships, and creativity and like looking at solutions for things when people can't find them.
That's interesting. So when did you come to Australia then?
So yeah, fast forwarding a bit, I came to Australia in 2016.
2016. Okay.
Yeah.
So almost 10 years now.
Almost 10
9
years.
years. 9
Almost
years.
10 years.
Huge.
Yeah.
So that means that you had a bit of a gap then. You had a uni period, couple of years at uni doing your bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
Did you get into entrepreneurship during uni and after uni as well? Like, did you start other businesses too, or no?
Yeah, absolutely. So so basically I was I'd never like snowboarded or done anything like that in my life. But when I was at uni, to join a club and society was like a really big deal.
Okay.
Like, because there was like, you'd have a lot of fun, you can go and party together, but then you have like really cool experiences as well and get to do all these fun things. So I ended up going along to like a snowboarding society, and just like they love to like party, and they love to like go to the French Alps like a couple times a year.
Typical uni students,
and
right?
just enjoy the life, right? And I was like, this is really for me. And then I really kind of went on a few events with them, and I was like looking at what people were doing and like what sort of merch they were wearing, and they were all really bad.
Oh,
like
really?
The hoodies were terrible. Obviously, I had the t-shirt business before, so like I was kind of in apparel mindset, and I was like, there's got to be a better way, because like I'm studying graphic design. I know what a cool design could look like, but they've all got really bad branding, and they all want to buy club merch and represent their team. So there's like an opportunity here. So what happened is I managed to, first of all, started with my club that I was part of. And then I said, look, I'm going to come in. I'm going to when you need merchandise, you need hoodies, t-shirts, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'll design it with you. We'll print it and we'll make it happen. Like, we'll make the coolest stuff you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And then they bought into it. But then on the back of that, I was actually went one step further. I was like, I won't just design it for you. I'll actually supply it for you. So I was like, I was the one providing the hoodies. I was the one getting them all printed, designing them, everything. There was no impact on the cost that they were paying. They paid the same price, so there wasn't like they actually had to like change. It was like, well, I either get one that looks crap or we'll get one that looks good.
That's right.
So like it was a no brainer.
Yep.
There was the people basically as well. Like they already had to kind of pay a membership fee, and inside of that membership fee was merchandise. So the money was already there.
Yeah.
They already allocated a percentage of the merch.
It's inside their treasury, and then they can just purchase.
That's what it's for.
Yes,
so like for them, it doesn't really matter. So then you do benefits where you'd say, look, you get your merch for free, but everyone else is.
But you have to use my line.
Yeah.
Smart.
So there's
good
those
negotiation.
things. Yeah. So that's kind of how it happened, and then the year after, I actually ran for the president of the society.
Okay.
Even though I'd never, like I say, I've only been snowboarding for 1 year, and I became the president of the society.
No way.
Getting it. And it was really funny because there was actually people in there who'd been like snowboarding all their lives, and they were absolutely sick.
They were spewing.
Yeah, and they were spewing. Yeah,
No way.
But it was about understanding what people really wanted, which was to have a great time, to be part of a really cool community, and to go on really amazing experiences.
Wow.
So yeah, that was kind of, there's a lot of long-winded stories, but that was kind of where we had a real opportunity then as a president to get connections into a lot of other clubs and societies.
Yeah. And so did you end up supplying for majority of the societies at uni?
Yeah. So it wasn't just in the university I went to. It was like nationally in the UK.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what would happen is they would send you as a president of a society to like an exclusive like presidents only, like
boys club.
But it was boys and girls club. Like, yeah. But basically, you all go like represent your team, and you all go there. And you just hang out, and you literally just for 5 days you just get drunk. That's what you do.
Typical uni activities.
But this is like the best situation to ever be in, because I had a product to sell.
Yeah, and everyone's drunk, so they're just signing contracts.
Yeah. So then it was a case of like really understanding like what are the people paying. And some of these clubs have like 1,500 people in their club.
Oofs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're paying £25 a hoodie.
Yeah, per hoodie.
And you
made $2 or $3 per hoodie.
They've already paid for it.
Yeah.
Well, but you make more than that.
Wow.
Remember my rule earlier?
Yeah.
10 times.
Bro, you're getting some cheap ass hoodies out there.
Yeah, because we really went to a lot of extent to like find good suppliers to actually understand the process, and we even took manufacturing in house as well at that point as well.
Okay, so you were like hot stamping and
we're heat pressing everything or screen printing, whatever. Like I had a business partner as well at the time who I brought on, because he's a really good negotiator and also a good networker too. So we would just figure out whatever we needed to do, and we teamed up to kind of get that done. So we were then by the end of like that year, we were basically supplying, I'd say like 60% of the UK's like sports and societies clubs, not just in snowboarding, but in all clubs, because people would see how cool those hoodies looked.
Where'd you get it from?
Yeah, and then the word spread. So we would make we were doing that whilst doing degrees.
That's wild. Do you know roughly how many hoodies you would have probably supplied in that period?
I don't know, between 20 to 30,000, something like that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
20 to 30,000 hoodies.
Yeah.
For like the whole year, 2 years, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That's
through the
crazy.
UK, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, you would have made a good, easy 10. How much would you have made off that? Probably like 200-300 grand.
Yeah. Back in the day, yeah. So it was good. It was good money. Yeah, we did really well. So and it was a fun thing to be a part of as well, because we were learning so much about how actual business is done.
Yeah.
And like where that people buy from people, they don't buy from any other reason. Online, I guess, is different.
Yeah, online's very, very different, because there's so many like factors that influence a person's decision. But when it's in person, nothing beats a really good salesperson with the gift of the gab. Nothing beats that.
Yeah, and I think like I've been in sales roles and stuff before, and the reason I kind of been in those roles is not because I'm a classic salesperson, but because I can just be a normal person, but actually like understand what people's problems are and how to fix them. Yeah. And also say when I can't. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you haven't got the capability to do it, you'll get more respect.
Exactly. Sorry, mate, I can't help you.
Yeah.
It's out of my scope. Can't do it.
Yeah. But then potentially connecting with someone who can.
Correct.
So you kind of build that authority by even saying no rather than saying yeah. So that was kind of my university life. Like it was basically partying, printing hoodies, doing my uni work, and that was it for like
that's
a couple
wild.
of years. Yeah, so that's fucking wild, pretty crazy. Yeah.
And then what? So you took that money, came to Australia. Is that how it worked for you?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so built the business up, and then it kind of got broadened even further. So once I left uni, we kind of got into business branding. So we would do signage for companies. We would do uniforms.
So you became like a full promo company, essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we would do like window graphics, all sorts of stuff. So like we really got into like how we can use design to and match it up with business owners and stuff. So we were starting to really kind of see where real money was made. Yeah. And like effort versus reward. Wow. So like the merchandise was fun, but it was a lot of labor. Yeah. A lot of physical labor, but like the signage where you were able to charge more, but actually the effort was a lot less.
Yeah, wow.
If it was done right, yeah. So it was kind of understanding those processes and where your time and effort should be put.
Yeah, crazy.
So yeah, built that up, sold that.
You sold the business?
Sold the business, moved to Australia.
Wow.
And then we basically when I was in Australia, it was kind of like an opportunity for me to kind of start afresh, if you would.
Yeah.
Like I was 26 at the time. I was torn kind of between a rock and a hard place of where I should come or not. Obviously, the business we were building.
Yeah. How big did the business get before you sell?
It was still in its infancy, especially as we kind of went more into the signage side of it. So it was still like kind of early days before we really kind of cracked on. But we were building really good connections and we were doing really, really well. So it had a lot of scope.
Yeah.
But it heavily relied on myself
Yeah.
and my business partner. And then there's lessons now that you learn much later in life. And you've been obviously amazing at like being able to build teams and stuff like that.
We do our best, yeah.
Yeah. And learning those lessons, like I hadn't learned that lesson at that point in time. I was doing a lot of stuff myself, a lot of the heavy lifting. So you were kind of limiting your own growth. Basically.
Agreed.
Yeah. So what we should have done in hindsight is we should have basically employed some people to kind of do the work, and we just went out and continued to sell and scale.
Yes, continue to get more business.
Yeah.
Correct.
So yeah, when I moved out here, it was kind of like new beginnings, and then that was like, all right, what do we do now?
Yeah. Does that business still exist, or is it gone now?
It's actually it's a
Don't tell me you look back and it's like a £200 million business.
It's actually a weird one.
Yeah.
It kind of still exists.
Really?
But like on an adjacent. So basically, it's actually a really good company back in the UK. So the guy who kind of bought my share,
Yeah.
he's done a really good job.
Wow.
And actually like managed to scale it and get some really great contracts and stuff. So
That's crazy.
They've been very successful in that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what you want to see.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
also
of
like
course.
don't want to see because you're like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
you're like, fuck, bro, that could have been me.
Yeah, but that's okay. I think
Yes,
I'm
of
happy with
course,
that, and
of
I've
course.
got peace with that. So, and I think as well, like that, this is all part of your learning, your journeys and stuff as well. And the fact that they have been able to kind of take that and run with it is amazing.
Yeah, and,
Like,
and
you
that's
know?
all props to them for sure.
Yeah.
Was your business partner then still working with them now, or has
No,
he
not now.
exited the business?
He's exited. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So he's on to other things.
He's
now,
on to other
so,
things. Is he
yeah.
still? Is he in business now too?
Yeah, he's a
No way.
massive entrepreneur. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he does all sorts of crazy
Wow.
stuff. So
That's cool.
So yeah, surround yourself with really good people who kind of think bigger than everybody else.
Ooh, powerful.
So that's what I've always kind of done. And like, as I mentioned, we were in a small town, so you were very much in like a working class like mindset or work mindset, which is absolutely fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Of course, nothing wrong
I think
with
if you've got a job you like and you've got a family to provide for, like 100%, like every business owner and every business needs really great people.
100%.
So and they might just want to earn enough money to have a nice house,
Do their thing,
look after the
get
kids,
by, go on
on
holiday.
holidays,
Yep.
and that's fine. Like that's fine. But
Nothing
I think,
wrong with that.
I think what a lot of entrepreneurs is like, we want to. It's not necessarily always for the money, because obviously that's a part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's more about just the journey of like actually how you're going to get there,
How you
and
push
solving
yourself
problems.
to unlock that potential that you kind of see that you have. I think a lot of people look at entrepreneurs there, especially here in Australia, you know,
Yeah.
tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
Every entrepreneur's a dickhead. All they do is rip people off. Like that's the sort of public perception.
Yeah.
But for us as entrepreneurs, I think sometimes the money is great, don't get me wrong, but it goes beyond the money in
Yeah.
most situations. It's like you have an idea and all you want to do is just turn that idea into reality. You're just like, you're super creative and you just one day think of something, you're like, fuck, this would be a sick product. How do I then turn that into a product and sell it and make money from it and then do more? Like,
Yeah.
it's a very different game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Were you ever surrounded by anyone that was successful growing up, or was it just like you had to break through the mold yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I had to break through them all myself, but I was always surrounded by people who believed in me.
Oh, which is awesome.
And I remember one time I went to somebody, it was at like a friend's birthday party or something like that, and they had like their parents and stuff around from all their friends and family and stuff. And I was telling someone like my vision. I was like, by the time I'm 30, I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to get there. And then at first they were like, I don't believe you. It's not going to happen. Like all these sort of things.
Typical.
Yeah. And then when I started talking to them about like how I would do it and the passion that I had and the drive I had and all that sort of stuff, by the end of it, they actually were like, I absolutely believe that you have the ability to become a millionaire now.
Because of that energy
I know.
shift, bro.
And I was
That's
just like,
crazy.
the idea is like, it's not like I have no self-doubt
Yeah.
that whatever I put my mind to, we will get there. It might not exactly be on your timeline because life is crazy.
Of course.
And like there's always curveballs, right?
Yeah.
But as long as you can like really believe in what you want to do and it makes you happy, you'll always be successful.
I love that. That's so powerful. And I absolutely agree. I think a lot of people out there, they doubt themselves. You know, they go, oh, should I not? And then I've heard it so many times, and I'm sure you have as well, whether it's in your Instagram DMs, whether you bump into people on the street or whatever it is, they go, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be successful. And then you hear their voice, the conviction is just not there.
Yeah.
But then you meet the kid who's like 15, 14, 16. I actually had a kid message me the other day. He's prospecting me because he does clipping. So he asked me, do you want someone to clip your podcast? We can make it go viral. We got 100 million views for this guy last month. And I was like, that's so cool, but you look so young. How old are you? 14.
Yeah.
Kid's 14.
But they're hungry.
Oh, hungry as. He's making like 40, 50K a month.
Oh, wow.
He's 14.
Get him on here.
That's what I mean. But I think he's in the UK or something.
Oh,
he's in
cool.
the UK or he's in America.
Wow.
Young kid. And he's like confident because he messaged me. Then he sent me a voice note. He goes, hey, Alan, I love your stuff. Da, 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 da. And I was like, bro, honestly, whether I work with you or not, you're going to make it. I was like, that's literally what I replied. 100%. I was like, you're going to just keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're going to make it.
And I've always found that like entrepreneurs, especially like in the circles that I'm now fortunate to be in, we honestly, genuinely just want to help each other.
100%.
Like we want to see each other win.
Yeah.
We all want to win together. We all want to be on a yacht someday being like,
Yeah,
I remember the old days.
Oh, I was just at lunch now, and we had a Lamborghini yacht parked right in front of our table.
mad.
And I was just looking at that the whole time, like, fucking one day I'll buy this thing. It's $7 million, right? I was like, one day I'll buy this thing and hang off my mates on it. It'll be sick.
Yeah.
And same thing, like last week we were filming an episode of 0.01 with Andreas, and he's another successful e-commerce entrepreneur. And it was literally like, for us, it's like, there is no competition. We're not selling the same product. We're not doing anything. There's no competition. If we can help each other win, why not?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people out there have that mindset, which is kind of like a dog-eat-dog world kind of thing.
Yeah.
But really, it's not me against you, bro. It's never me against you. Like, if you help me and I helped you back, that's not going to take away from our businesses.
No.
It's us against, well, one, the ATO.
Yeah. Us against the ATO.
That's against the ATO. But also, like, us against the system. The system that we're all put into, which is like, you know, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and then, you know, live a life that's just kind of like mediocre. You flow through. But I think the entrepreneur mindset is that you break through that mold and you kind of try to craft your own way. So what's the harm in collecting a couple friends along the way which have the same mindset?
Yeah.
Bro, how hard is it? I'm sure you've gone through the journey. How hard is it trying to meet people with similar mindsets, similar desires to succeed, similar desires to be open enough to kind of help each other?
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Like, most of our friends growing up, they don't do what we do, nor do they understand what we do.
Yeah.
Like, they can support us, but like, they don't get it. Like, you know, they don't. If we have a deep conversation, you're telling me about your strategy for Black Friday, I'm sharing with you mine. This is what we found works, that doesn't work. Bro, we all help each other, and something that we say to each other could potentially mean an extra $500,000 this holiday season, or it could be like we just missed out on this pitfall, or like whatever it is. And I think that's what we'll dive into a little bit more technically later on the episode, but that's something that is quite special, I think, in the mindset that you have. You want to just help your friends. You don't mind bringing people along for the journey, but always being sharing. Like, I noticed the best entrepreneurs, the most successful entrepreneurs, they're so generous.
Yeah.
So generous with their value and their time. They don't care. And we're just so open with each other. Like, that's shit, you should try this, or I've tried this and you should try that. Like, we always help each other. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the most important things I've always learned is like, there's never one person who's going to be the silver bullet to your business.
100%, bro. So it's impossible.
And you've got to be careful, like in what you take with a pinch of salt, and not to just fall into the trap of just blindly following somebody. Because there are people who do amazing things, but it's all circumstantial. It's all like, there's a lot of nuance around this.
And this
like,
is where the whole guru industry kind of like is a bit, I don't know, I would say it's like a bit rough, right? A lot of people on the outside, they might just look at a guru and they'll go, well, this guy's rich, he's got a Lambo, he's doing well. He's like a 19-year-old doing $500,000 a month or whatever it is. But their circumstance is not your circumstance. No. You cannot duplicate them into you. And out of 1,000 people that try the same method, maybe 1 or 2 might make it. But that becomes their testimonials, and then it brings in more people. That's the guru, like 100%. The guru sort of like, you know, method. But yeah, 100%, bro. Like, there's no one person that can change your life or business or whatever. You just kind of have to learn. And I'm sure you've been on Shark Tank, bro. Yeah. So it's like, being on Shark Tank, you got 4 extremely successful people in front of you. And if you chose either one of the 4, it would also lead your business in 4 separate directions, even though they're all 4 people are equally successful, right?
Yeah.
So it's you got to be smart in a sense that you think about your business, and like you said, take everything with a grain of salt as well, which is cool. And I want to talk about Shark Tank in a second too.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we will. But okay, so going back, we got a little bit off track there. I mean, lots of good philosophy coming out of that segment. But going back to everything, when you came to Australia, did you start any business, or how did you even meet Sarah? Like, what happened? What was that journey like?
Yeah, so me and Sarah, we basically, she was my first Tinder date.
First Tinder date?
First Tinder date. So yeah,
Hey, there's hope out there, guys.
And I was hers as well.
No way.
Yeah, so if Tinder wants to sponsor us, like let us know and we can do some ads for you.
They
and
do
stuff.
heaps of promo.
Yeah, we can link up and we can be like
success story. Look at these guys now. They built an empire, like Alex Layla Hormozy type story.
Exactly. So yeah, we basically met through the app, and then the first date we ever had. We realized we had so many similarities.
Wow.
She's very entrepreneurial. She's always been entrepreneurial and kind of almost kind of been guided. She has more Asian mindset parents. So that's a lawyer.
What is her background?
She's Filipino-Hungarian.
Oh, so she's got the Asian side and the European side as well.
And the European, and they grew up in Hong Kong.
Oh wow! So,
So the mindset was definitely like, there's some great jobs out there that you could be doing.
Yeah.
Try and do one that pays well. Basically. So if you get to pick the good one.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
But she's always very creative, and her parents were also very open to her like exploring that too, which is good. So she would come up with business ideas herself, and this was one of the things we really related on when we first met, and it was to the point where I would come up with ideas and how she can grow her business. She would come up with ideas and like things we could do together. And like, so for me at that time, being in Australia, I wasn't actually allowed to own a business.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
of my visa.
Yes, that's right.
So I had a lot of restrictions around what I could actually do, but I was still.
Did you have like what they have nowadays, which is like the 20-hour working limit and all that sort of stuff? Did you have any limitations?
You have to go through all that sort of stuff. I mean, it wasn't too bad for me because if you actually have an employer like who sponsors you and stuff like that, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was okay. So I was very, very fortunate through my time in Australia, and all the roles that I've had, and I had to work in companies for quite a long time because the visa system's pretty crazy.
And you have to maintain the status of employment and all that sort of stuff.
You can't be doing your own businesses. You have to be. You're only allowed to work for somebody.
And did you come as a graphic designer? What did you come for?
Well, I could do whatever I wanted. So there was no like specific route of like I'm going to be a graphic designer. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. Yeah. So the route basically was pretty funny. I came here and I was like, bro, I should be a finance bro. I was like, how sick with that? Like, I think Wolf of Wall Street was out at the time. And I was like, this looks sick. Like, we can just go and like, we can have the best time ever. We'll just make loads of money and just wear nice suits. And this, why don't we try it and see what happens?
Sounds sick.
Because when you move to a different country, you literally can reinvent yourself
because it's reset, right? It's a full reset. No one knows 100%. You.
100%. And you paint your own picture. Like no one's gonna tell any different, and you can kind of do whatever you want to do. So what happened is I basically came and I was like, I'm gonna be a finance bro, and then I realized I didn't really know enough about finance. So I was like, maybe this
I'm just a bro now.
Yeah, I'm just a bro. But then I was like, what else would I enjoy doing? So then I was obviously doing the signage company and stuff before. And I was like, I really, really want to like do something really cool. And I want to learn how to like wrap really prestige vehicles.
Oh,
like Lamborghinis, wrap Rolls Royces, do all that sort of stuff, like car wrapping. So I ended up applying for this company in Sydney. And they were like really chill, like Eastern European guys, like, but very entrepreneurial, very hardworking, and very good at giving people opportunities. So they were like, come along, like I know you've got no experience in like car wrapping, but we're just looking for someone to kind of come and we'll train you up and just be part of the team and go from there. So I rocked up, and then for the first 2 weeks, like they were kind of like showing me the ropes and showing me like all the tips and tricks, and I was getting to work with some really amazing people. And then the actual main owner of the business came up to me 2 weeks later, and he was like, "Can I have a chat to you?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, maybe this is it. It's done. My work's not good enough." Yeah. But like, and he was like, "Oh, I was actually just flicking through your CV that you submitted when you did this, and I realized like you're completely overqualified for this. Like, and we've got another side to the business which is in commercial branding for companies." And we need a general manager. Like, do you want to be GM? And I was like, let's do it. Like, so I went from 2 week apprentice rapper to GM of a company, like
Wow.
2 weeks there. So, and that was really good because the challenges they had at that time is they, being Eastern European, weren't really able to communicate that well to customers and kind of manage expectations as much as they could do. And so my ability was basically speak English. And
so did they not have good English?
It was
Very
a bit,
rough.
they weren't that confident in it.
Okay.
So like when they were actually speaking to people, maybe they didn't trust them. Maybe they were like, I don't know if this is a scam. Like I don't know what it is.
Right, gotcha.
So they were legitimate business, but like I think they just weren't able to communicate enough to people believed in what they were actually saying.
Right. Because how's the Eastern European accent sound? Like what sort of countries are it?
Like Russia, like
so
Poland,
it's very like heavy, like heavy, deep kind of like.
Eastern
gotcha.
Euro.
Yeah.
Euro bros.
The Euro bros.
So, but great people, like, and really ambitious. So, within the first week, that business was doing around like, actually, within the first week, first month, prior to me coming, that business was doing around $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Within the first week, it was doing $20,000 a week.
Was that just because you were just picking up the phone calling?
So they basically had a really good strategy to getting leads, but no way to deal with the leads.
Oh wow!
So my like kind of purpose for there was to go through all the unanswered voicemails, like clear all that, and then organize everything to actually go through, talk to people, understand what they need, book them in, and then putting a structure and a system in place to actually like get that to work really well. So we would like make sure we take like 50% deposit straight away.
Yep.
So like they're already locked in now you're committed. And it was about closing very quickly. And then paying the rest on completion. So so it was basically you were never out of pocket basically. You already covered your materials and your time. And then and then it was just filling up the calendar. So then we had to recruit quite a lot of people and start that whole like team building thing.
Yeah.
Which was really great for me because that was actually something that I didn't really get to do in my previous business.
Yeah, because you're by yourself and your mate.
Yeah.
You guys just double owner.
So, but now I was in a position where I had resources and I had to build teams and I had to actually like organize this in a much more strategic way.
Yeah.
So that built up that skill set for me. So now I knew how and why people bought from us, and I knew that like time kills deals.
Yeah.
So the quicker you can get back to someone on the phone, and we would get quotes to people, they would call up and within 5 minutes they'd have a quote.
Yeah.
And then I'd call them straight away and say, hey, I've just done through that quote. I know you're interested in it. Like if you're ready to go ahead, we've actually got some time available next Tuesday.
Book them in.
Let's go. Like just take a quick deposit now.
Yeah.
And let's do it. Let's not wait any longer.
I love that.
Because people want convenience and they want confidence as well in what you're doing. And I knew that they had the ability to do an amazing job. So the product was good and the service was good. It was just being able to close the loop in that sales process. Yeah.
There you go. So you become a gun salesperson.
Yeah.
Off the back of being a rapper.
Yeah, I know, right?
Crazy.
People always laugh when I tell them I used to be a rapper.
Yeah, what type?
Yeah,
what
they're
type?
like, what kind of rap?
Yeah. What kind of rap did you do?
Yeah. So I did that for a year, and then I got approached by the largest commercial vehicle wrapping company in Australia.
Wow.
To be their like national salesperson for them and basically organize that, and that really opened up a lot more doors as well. So I decided to move over to them, and all these roles were very autonomous for me. So even though I wasn't able to be an entrepreneur, I was able to be an entrepreneur through the businesses.
An entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's the word.
I've heard that being said like that before.
Yeah, really? An entrepreneur.
Yeah. So being able to grow businesses, still have incentives and stuff.
But within someone else's ecosystem.
But within someone else's ecosystem. But I think is also a really key part of entrepreneurs as well. Like it's being able to everyone to win at the same time.
I agree.
So then I went to work for them, and I worked for them for a long time, like 5 years. And
wow, 5 years.
Yeah, we grew that business just like to multi-million-dollar business, like from the departments that I was working in. And it'll be an 8-figure business now for sure. And that was basically just through building relationships, but understanding things a lot more. Less because there's different layers of sales, right?
Of course.
For the one before, it was a lot more quick sales, like quick calls.
You can deal with the whole cycle yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
This one's a lot more long cycle. You're dealing with corporate world, which was new for me because I hadn't really been in corporate.
Yeah.
And the company wasn't corporate.
Yeah.
Like they were pretty chill, but they knew how
Startup
corporate
vibes.
worked.
Startup vibes.
No, they've been around for a long time.
Okay.
But they were in scaling, so
Okay.
they wanted to get people on board.
Yeah.
And the saying that they told me at the beginning, because I actually, the funny thing is how they found out about me is when I was actually looking for jobs originally,
Yeah.
I applied to be an apprentice rapper at their
For
company.
them. Holy shit.
And then I met up with them, they interviewed and they offered me a role at the time. I turned it down because I thought I wanted to rap Lamborghinis. But then we kept in contact, and then a year later they said, look, sometimes it's about getting people on the bus, even if you haven't got a seat for them yet.
Wow.
So they knew that they believed in my capabilities to actually help them grow as a business and my journey. And they also know the risk as well. Like if you employ an entrepreneur, potentially you always would have it in the back of your mind.
That
Is this person going to steal my business?
Yeah, which we do now anyway. Like, and I have this in the back of my mind all the time.
Yeah, and I think the way to do it is like, one, if you're building brand anyway, you should never be worried about that. And two, like if these people can help you grow your business for like the next 3-5 years,
Why not?
why not? Like if
agree.
they want to start their own stuff, go for it.
Yeah.
And if you beat me, you're better than me. Why didn't you do that when you were at my company?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
So and I think that where it also comes back to incentives. But yeah. So yeah, help grow that business with an amazing team. Like the owner of the business the owners of the business were fantastic. But especially the GM was amazing. He taught me a lot about psychology of business and a lot of how to handle certain situations. And then there was another absolute gun there, and he really worked closely with me because he actually got promoted to GM as well, and he was really, really good because we worked on lots of things together and went through that actual like early stage COVID together when no one was buying anything because they couldn't do anything, and we were still managing to hit targets, and we were still managing to do stuff when no one's driving on the roads.
That's crazy.
What's going on? You know what I mean?
Wow.
So
that would have been like what, 2020 then roughly, or 2019, 2020.
Yeah, 2020. So I still continued to work for that business even when we launched Contour Cube for the first 2 years, and then made the transition. So yeah, that was a great experience. So like all these lessons, even though they're not directly like in the e-commerce space, it was more about just understanding why people buy, and I was always in like the branding way as well. So like always in the design kind of space as well. So understanding how people actually purchase things and why they purchase things, and how to communicate a message in like the least amount of words.
And I think that's so important, right? I mean, like a lot of people would look at a business and they'll go, oh, a business is all about like finding the right product, this and that. In fact, it's actually not. It comes back to like what we said at the beginning of the show, which is psychology. Whether it's psychology of an entrepreneur, the psychology of the sale, or the psychology of a consumer, it's all psychology. And when you understand that, you'll realize that the world is a game where if you understand psychology and you open that up, you can do anything and achieve anything. You look at all the best and most successful entrepreneurs, they're the best at psychological warfare. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
They know how to manipulate you to convert into a sale. They know how to manipulate you so that your emotions can then lead to a decision.
100%.
That's what it is. And I think that's what you probably picked up on and learned as a child from 7 years old from your mum, teaching you all of these things about how to believe in yourself, build that confidence, to then now your previous GMs and employers teaching you about the psychology of how to manage business and people, and then doing sales. Like all of that mashes into e-com, even though none of that had anything to do with e-com. It all mashes into e-com at the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you explained it right. It's like the first part of my business journey was always done by myself. Figuring it out myself. And then when I actually went into the employment, the benefit of that was I had mentors now.
Yeah.
I never had mentors.
You had older people that have like 10 or 20 years more experience than you that can just share and guide you.
And you bring in a new perspective of how you would actually do it.
As a young person.
Yeah.
They love that shit.
Yeah.
They love it.
So you kind of think completely out of the box.
Yeah.
Do things that they would never do.
And they're more stable.
Yeah.
More chill, like more solid.
Yeah. Exactly. So like you definitely have develop your own way of like building the business up and growing it too. But yeah, so basically I did that, and then when actually Contour Cube came around, that this was during COVID, so everyone's at home.
Yeah. When did Contour Cube start? What year was it? 2020?
2021.
2021.
2021. Yeah. Okay. February 2021.
February. Okay.
Yeah.
Feb 2021. Okay. So
you're a little bit older than us.
We were 2020 October.
Nice.
So what's that? November, December.
Yeah.
January, Feb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. So we were all
Just in front.
Yeah. So that whole journey was crazy as well. So
How did that happen? So from you guys dating off Tinder, did you guys start dating straight away, or was it kind of like, I just want to see you again?
I locked it down pretty quick, to be honest.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, is this what like
Are you
girls
still
in
on Tinder?
Australia are like? This is amazing. Like, I've got to get one of these before.
Bro, you lucked out. I'm telling you right now, you lucked out so hard.
I got to do this quick.
Man, you lucked out.
So yeah, we met, and then 2 weeks later, I said, "Are you dating anybody else, or what are you doing?" Like, and she said, "No, I'm not." I said, "Neither am I." I said, "Well, like, I don't want to date anybody else. I'll delete Tinder."
Yeah.
I deleted Tinder in front of her. She deleted Tinder. I said, "Well, that makes you my girlfriend now." And then that was
easy.
Then she became my girlfriend. So like, I made her delete the app, and then I said, "Well, now you might as well be my girlfriend." So it made logical sense.
Yeah. It was mathematical.
All my
It was
sales
calculated, bro.
paid off.
Yeah, it was calculated. It was calculated.
So yeah, that was the best sale I ever made.
Bro,
Like,
crazy,
yeah,
crazy. What a close. That's
Yeah.
a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a great deal. So how long was it between that and then Contour Cube?
Yeah, so it was a good few years, so Sarah had a lot of other little like kind of businesses that I would help her on, that we would do, but we were both working full time in like corporate roles. So that was obviously something that we had to kind of do as passion projects.
Yeah,
and that was always really fun. So basically, we got together in 2016, and it was probably 5 years later. Mm-hmm. When we actually started Contour Cube.
Wow. Before then, did you have any small projects you worked on?
We did. We did actually have another company called Sani, which was a hand sanitizer business.
Okay.
Which did really well, actually.
Of course, during COVID, right?
Yeah, but we took it from a branding perspective of like, everyone was calling it Sani, but no one like was actually calling it Sani.
Yeah.
So we created a brand called Sani.
Yeah, hand sanitizer.
Yeah. So then we thought, all right, if we can lock down this name really quickly and we can kind of move fast, we'll do really well. So we actually managed to do that. And we did really well. Like, I think in the short, very, very short period the business was operating, it did like 50 grand. Like, and we were just kind of like,
was that ecom?
Yeah, ecom. Oh, wow. Yeah. So we did that, and we were. But our downfall was, I was working out like how we were going to distribute this product and what we were going to do, and a lot of people were selling like on all sorts of channels at the time, but a lot of people were rushing to like marketplaces to buy stuff. Yeah. On eBay, if you've got a business account, you can actually look in the back end and you can see like what's selling and how many units have been sold in a certain period of time. And I was seeing how much people were selling in the market hand sanitizer, and then what volume they were making. And people were doing like $250,000 a week, like in sales on the platform.
Oh my God.
So I was like, all we've got to do is get a great brand which looks way better than all of these things, chuck it on eBay, and we don't even have to have a website, right? Yeah. That was the plan. And then, so we managed to, luckily one of the customers that I had at the time was because we were trying to work out logistically how we're going to do this, was a gin manufacturer. So they made gin. But because no one was buying their gin during COVID, they actually were reversing the gin making process and turning it back into ethanol.
Oh wow.
And using like a government approved formula to like have a hand sanitizer. So the hand sanitizer we actually sold smelled a little bit like gin.
Oh, interesting.
but it was like 90% ethanol, which is like kill any germs and stuff like that. So that was through the car wrapping business. I was like, you're not operating much right now, but like I heard you selling like,
bro, how good is
hand
that?
sanitizer.
How good is that? Like through your workplace, you found a connection that opened up a business opportunity for you, and then you built a business around that. How cool is that?
Yeah. So we literally did the same thing. So we were like, cool packaging, cool name, use platform like we were originally going to like say launch on eBay. Yeah. When the product was actually ready to be sold, eBay put in policies that you can't do it.
Oh, you can't do it?
Yeah. So the guys who had already been selling that product, they were like, they own the market.
Oh yeah.
You could not get in there.
Yeah.
Anybody else couldn't go on the platform. So we had to pivot.
Wow.
And we had to like think about, all right, the original strategy of making 100 grand a week is out the window. Yep. How do we actually do this now? And how do we actually make this happen? So we turned to TikTok. So Sarah had been playing on TikTok in terms of doing the dances and the trends.
Oh,
and
really?
stuff.
She was doing one of those.
She was really loving it. So much so that we would like spend like 5 hours on a Saturday to do like one video.
Yeah.
And we were trying to teach ourselves like, how do you even do a transition?
Yeah.
Like we didn't understand like how you did them. We had to learn everything. No one really talked about it at the time. So it's like the people who knew, and the people who didn't. Like,
yeah, that's right.
So you had to
right.
figure it out, and then you realize like, okay, how am I going to edit this? How do I even like? Why doesn't this work? Why does this work? And then we did all these really crazy ideas and all these crazy things, and we built up a fun account basically, and then we converted that into Sani.
Was that a personal account that you guys had?
Yeah, originally, but then we turned it into a business account.
Yeah.
And then we were getting a lot of really good feedback because we were showing people about like what the product was, how we'd use it, how convenient, how it actually looks stylish, and you wouldn't be embarrassed to have it in your bag.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know there's a global pandemic going on right now, so it shouldn't really matter. It shouldn't really matter how things look.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
People still want it to look cool. If you've got to have it, you might as well have it looking cool, right?
100%.
So yeah, we basically did really well in there and went super viral. Managed to get some press around it. That also helped to generate sales, and all that was like non-paid organic sales. So like, we didn't pay anything. And yeah, it was great, and we did that. But our limitations were basically a lot of the strict regulations around this stuff.
Yeah, and shipping, it's dangerous goods,
Dangerous goods, yeah. And also the we couldn't sell internationally either. So even though we were going viral, that business could have been huge, but
it would have been.
we were at the same time as like
What's that hand sanitizer
well,
brand?
That's Touchland.
Yeah, Touchland. Yeah,
So we were
Touchland,
at the same period. They'd started because Touchland's actually been around for a long time.
Yeah.
They were originated in Barcelona, and then they got bought out by a private equity company, and then they went to the US and kind of grew it there.
Yeah.
Exploded during COVID.
100%.
What is it, $1 billion valuation now?
Way
something
bigger,
like that?
yeah. Bigger
So
than $1 billion valuation.
I think they sold. So yeah, crazy stuff. So we were kind of at that era where like we were like, oh, they're our competition.
Yeah.
And like so, but our limitation was basically being able to sell into the US. So we could have absolutely crushed it in the US.
Were you a spray or a gel?
A spray.
A spray, okay.
Yeah.
So literally like Touchland.
Literally that, but just different packaging.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool opportunity for us to kind of learn e-com. We had no idea what we were doing, but we were just kind of figuring out as we go.
But you also got some decent success. So I reckon that would have just tickled like, those.
Yeah, we were like,
the entrepreneurial spirit.
like you just put a video up. Like,
you put a video up, make 50 grand, call it a day.
Tell people what it's like, and then there you go. So like that was really, really cool to kind of go through that, and we were just doing it like part time as well. So this is the thing when you already got like an income from your work. If you make 50 grand on the side,
bro, that's killer.
Let's go.
Bro, that's
like,
killer money.
You know,
killer money.
So it was really cool, really, really cool. And but then we realized that like, okay, maybe we're gonna have limitations, so we even need to like take it more legitimately and then look at how we're actually going to work out like
get the
worldwide
licensing
distribution.
Licensing for the dangerous goods.
Get something produced in the US and like shipped in the US. We don't have to ship it, whatever, and all these different logistical things. But then this is when things change, right? This is when things get good. So so basically one day we're working at home, and Sarah, we were like working. I was actually working in the bedroom on a desk, probably about this big.
Yeah.
On like a freaking little tablet. Like it was weird. Like I didn't have a proper computer or anything.
But that's how we all started.
Yeah.
We were like peasants back then.
Yeah.
The corners of have you seen our setup when we first started?
Yeah, just
like
find the space.
It was this big, yeah.
So I was working on that, and I was working for the company that I was working for, because I'll be on the road a lot and like speaking to people face to face. I just needed like a small laptop, which is what I used. So I just used that like tablet thing. Like I think it was the Microsoft Surface or something like that.
Oh yeah, the little
Plug, if you want to sponsor this, let us know.
Yeah.
So basically, I was working off that, and then Sarah, we had the sliding door into our bedroom. She was working in the living room. She had two screens, so she needed the space.
She had the pro setup.
She needed the space. Yeah. And she opened the sliding door, and she was like, "Hey, I want to create the world's first ice facial tool." And I remember thinking, "Cool, what the hell is an ice facial tool?" And because strategically, or maybe not, she'd actually bought me a 3D printer.
Oh, okay.
So I used to live in a share house prior to us moving in together. And one of the guys in there was an architect, and he had a 3D printer. And I love making products. So I was printing lots of stuff on his 3D printer, to the point that he actually stopped me from using 3D printer. And he was like, "You got to buy your own. Like,
you're fucking with my machine, all right?"
Yeah. So I was like, "All right, I'll get one." But so she ordered me one, but then because of COVID, it took a long time to come.
Yeah.
Anyway, ended up arriving, and then we were like, what do we print? What do we make? And she was like, well, I've got this idea. Why don't we create a product that makes ice facials easy? So then what we did is she kind of led the idea creation, and I did the design side. So I had to teach myself like how to become how to use 3D software and stuff. And then we made prototypes, and we went through like numerous prototypes to really understand like what it would look like. And then we went even down the route of like making like mini molds and stuff, so we could actually use the product correctly. And we tested it, and her mum was always the guinea pig because her mum was actually the one who introduced her to ice facials in the first place.
What was ice facials like back then?
So basically, you just grab an ice cube and you just rub it on your face. But the problem is that, one, it would really freeze your hand.
Yes, of course.
Now, Sarah suffers from Raynaud's, which means that basically your hands and feet get triggered by the cold.
So it gets stiff or something?
So she gets no circulation in her body, and then basically her hands look dead. So, like, it's really not cool, and it's not comfortable at all. So, so she loved the ice facials. So ice facials, when you apply it to your face, it helps to depuff, brighten and tighten your skin. Just overall good skin health, and you can put lots of different really cool natural ingredients in there as well to like really enhance like the benefits of ice facials as well, depending on what your needs are. So she basically got introduced through that, and at the time it was just holding an ice cube. But these ice cubes are made for drinks, right?
Yeah.
They're not made to be rubbed on your face. So we were like, how do we actually make it so like as you're applying it to your face, it helps to like sculpt and lift, and also something that you can use multiple times. So then you've got that, like, you don't have to constantly reuse, like fill something up and use it.
Yeah.
So we kind of went through all these like product development like things, which kind of linked me back to the product development when I was at uni, thinking, which way am I going to go? And you kind of brought me back around. I should
have gone product development.
I know, I should have gone product development, right? I don't know what my journey
the 3D stuff,
I don't know what my journey would have been like if it had gone down that route, but so we basically started prototyping, and we came up with all these different ideas, and then we kind of got one design that we really, really loved. And then it was like, all right, what we're going to call this business? Yeah. And we had no idea. And then we were kind of brainstorming ideas and stuff like that. And then he came to Sarah and she was like, I've actually got the most perfect idea. We'll call it Contour Cube. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, so like, because it's going to contour your face and it's made, and it's basically an ice cube. That makes so much sense, right? So we thought it was a perfect name. And then, we sourced a manufacturer to help us make the first like prototyping batch of like
the silicone mold.
100, so we got like 100 made to start with, and then no one had ever seen the product before. And then using the Sunny account, we actually posted the first video, and we said, basically, I've just invented the world's first ice facial tool
on the Sunny account.
Oh my God. So we're just like, whatever, like let's just go, chuck it up, see what people think. And people absolutely loved it.
No way.
Yeah, like the first video hit like 20,000 views. Yeah. And we already had instant sales. So like we were already starting to sell, and then the next video hit like 1 million views within 24 hours, and completely sold everything out. And like we were just like,
those first 100 units just gone.
Yeah. So then we immediately were like, what do we do now? And we basically just chucked the pop-up straight away, and then people would just sign up to the pop-up. So like we were building up that. So then we were like, right, we need to order more stock. And then we ordered like a, say 500 units. We were like, we're going to order 500 units. Then we're like, that's not going to be enough. Like, then we were like 1,000, that's not going to be enough. Like, let's go 2,000, like, it's going to be enough. Like, and we just kept like, because every time we were like kind of placing the order, like we could see that more and more people that every video we were posting at that point as well was going viral, because no one had ever seen the product before.
It's brand new.
People were so intrigued. Everyone's at home, and they felt horrible. They're sleeping all day. They had puffy face. Like, and this product was not only fun, but it was actually really, really good for you. So like it will help your mental health, especially with a lot of stress and stuff that goes on through that, but also like your physical well-being as well. So it was really ticking 2 boxes like for us. So we were like, let's just go as quickly as we can. And we got as much stock as we could. And then that really exploded, and all this is just through organic traffic. And you'll know the same, like your journey's the same. Organic traffic back in the day was just wild. And I wish we utilized it more. Yeah. But we actually like pulled back a little bit from posting, because like we were scared that we'd get unhappy customers, because all our comments in our original videos were like, it's out of stock, when's it back in stock? And then we just thought, oh my God, like these people, everyone's like, if you don't get it in stock, they're going to lose momentum. So we kind of spread it out a little bit. But everyone was still really supportive, and people were happy to wait. And then as soon as we got back in stock, we put it literally an email out to all the people. I think we had like 20,000 people signed up on the EDM.
Oh, that's insane. How long did that take to get 20,000
like
people?
1 month.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So like 1 month we were there. Bear in mind these factories weren't doing anything. They were like pretty much no one was making anything really. Like
everyone was fucked.
We kind of like and so like they were like kind of all on us, and they were like, yeah, we'll just help you. We'll do what you need to do. And we launched that, and then instantly like sold out straight away again. Jeez. Like all the stock we'd ordered. And I think within that period, it maybe been like a 2-week period or something, we'd like 100 grand or something like that. Like, and it was just like, this is crazy. Like if this is what life is like we need to dig into this a bit more. So yeah, so then we like really leaned into the business and started doing more content creation.
Yeah.
Like OG days and just sharing our story, and people were really along for the ride, and we grew really quickly. And I think our stories both are very, very similar in terms of like that journey of like once it pops, and then the momentum comes. Yeah. Like you go from like saying have 5,000 followers to suddenly having like 25,000, and then you go from 25,000 to 100,000. Yeah. And then you can go from 100,000 to 200,000 like overnight.
Exactly.
And you just and I don't know how it works, but like that's just what happens. Like you have periods where you don't grow.
Yeah,
and you'll have the things where you go, is this it? No more, and then suddenly boom.
Yeah.
And it's just the TikTok algorithm doing its thing. And everyone's in the same boat. So
it is. I think I want to dive into this actually because we have the same story. We have very similar businesses in this aspect, right? Because we are both organic viral businesses. Yeah. Very similar growth trajectory. Exactly what you're saying there, I can relate so much because we got to a period where we were at 100. I remember exactly 128,000 followers. Wow. For a whole maybe 16 months, 18 months, grew maybe like 2,000-3,000, nothing. Then one day, I was sitting there because I'm looking at the girls. It's the girls that are responsible for making all the videos all the time, and I throw them ideas here and there. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, fuck, I have to reinvent the business somehow. And then overnight, I'm looking at the Shopify and I go, what the fuck is happening? We did like 60K in like one night. And
wild.
I was like, what just happened? And then I go in and I'm like, guys, did something happen to our socials? And I checked that we were on 300,000 followers. We grew 200,000 followers almost in one night. And the video was on like 12 million views or some shit. And it's only been like up for 4 or 5 hours. And I was like, what? And then from there, we've maintained the momentum. Yeah. And then it was dead again for another year. And then we just had another video blow up recently, last month. Yeah. And that got to like 15 million.
Is that the crying one?
The crying one, yeah.
Yeah, that's so
that good. One was also insane. That's also a 6-figure. That was like a 6-figure day almost. Wow. And we're like, okay, something's weird. Very like, so I think for those people who are listening and they're on TikTok and they go, oh, nothing's working. Yeah. Yeah, it will not work for a long period of time at times. But then all it takes is one video and then it all snaps out. Like that period where we were posting videos, we probably did about 700 videos before, like, and we were at 128,000 followers. Yeah. And then we were averaging maybe 20K, 100K views, 80K views, which when you're at 100,000 followers is pretty whatever, it's mediocre. Yeah. And then it took us like maybe another 600-700 videos before we got another 2-3 million view video. Yeah. So it just happens. And I think people get so disheartened, especially when they're first starting a business. You won't blow up immediately. Our first 4 videos on TikTok, we did nothing. And then we had a 20,000 video, just like you. Nice. Like that 20,000 video was what sold our first batch as well. Yeah. And then same thing, we reordered and we're like, fuck, is 100 enough? 500 enough? Is 1,000? Yeah. So we went 1,000.
I remember as well, you did like you were sharing the journey as well of like ticking off the goals, the business goals and the revenue goals.
That's right.
That's right. I remember watching that and like literally crossing them off going, I can't believe this is where we want to be. This is where we are now. And I can't believe how far along we are.
Yeah, correct.
And people were involved in that journey and actually watching like where you're going, what you're building, and why you build it.
And especially during COVID. I mean, no one was watching anything else. So just watching our business growth trajectory. Yeah. So for you guys on TikTok, what's been like the biggest day for you guys? How many units, how much sales do you reckon you did from a single viral video? Because people don't believe this shit. Like they think it's all like fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, for us it's a little bit different. Like, because the biggest days we've ever had have always been from like when we actually went on Shark Tank, which is actually surprising.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I want to ask about that next.
But I mean, we've had crazy sales. Like, and I think the world of social media is completely random. Like, everyone, like, obviously we had like Kardashians post about us and all that sort of stuff. So like, and everyone would think that would be when we made the most amount of money from that organic post. Yeah. But the actual most one we ever made was from someone who owns another business. and they're an influencer as well. And they just posted a little clip of our product in their daily routine. And that one little video of them was making like $20,000 in a day. And it wasn't even our video. We didn't pay for it.
Did you wake up and you look at your Shopify and you're just like,
I was like,
what the fuck's happening, guys?
I was like,
did one of our ads pop off?
Yeah. So like you can really have these days where you're making like tens of thousands of dollars overnight through no real understanding of why. And this is the importance of like constantly showing up and sticking it out. Because we've also had the times where you don't grow.
And it's just
and you think the algorithm hates me.
Literally. And your sales are kind of like plateau.
Yeah, whatever. Like you kind of like, listen, I don't know what we're going to do, but like we'll figure it out.
Pull the plug.
Yeah, like where do we pivot? What do we do?
Yeah.
So, but I think we've always had the vision of like, we know where we're going, and we just got to stick at it, and we just got to get better at what we're doing. So like, there's a reason that it's not working, and like take it as a sign to do better.
I agree.
Yeah. So like if you keep doing this, it's a definition of insanity, right? Keep doing the same thing and expect a different result.
Yeah. Correct.
So we all do it, but like you've got to be conscious enough to be like, hang on a minute, what do we need to do? How are we going to change this? And how do we have fun doing what we're doing?
Yeah,
like rather than just actually making it like a job. Like we didn't do this to have jobs.
And also if you're like so like deep into the numbers as well, if you look at it, for example, I'm sure you're the numbers guy in the business as I am. When we look at the numbers and you're like, oh, okay, the revenue is pretty much flatlined. So it's pretty flat, pretty consistent. And that's because we know that's because of ads. Yeah. It's consistent, right? It's because of ads or wholesale deals, it's consistent. But then if you look at social media, that's the spikes and stuff that come through. Yeah. I think a lot of people who get so stuck into the numbers, they'll be like, fuck, my business isn't growing, I think it's dying. Because we know if you're not growing, you're dying, right? So it's like, okay, if that's the case, do we pivot? Do we quit? Do we start a new brand? Do we start a new product? And I was sure that would have probably crossed your mind here or there. Or it would have crossed my mind here and there as well. It's like, is that it? Like, have we hit the upper limit for our brand? Yeah. You know, and people just panic, I feel like. And I reckon depends whether you believe in this or not, but I think for a lot of entrepreneurs out there is they pull the plug either too early or they just don't have the grit to stick at it long enough to see no results. I mean, like,
yeah, I think that's Alex Halsey, right?
Yeah,
like that's exactly what he says.
Oh, does he? Okay, yeah. But that's
you think
the hard
like
part.
You and
Alex. Oh, no, that's exactly. There we go. I wish I could do a book launch like he did. 100 mil in a day, bro.
No, that's a big one.
That's a bit different.
Yeah,
you know? I'm like happy cracking like 50K in a day, but this man's doing 100 mil.
I
bro.
know.
Oh,
I know.
Different beast.
Amazing guy. Yeah, exactly right. Like, is that mindset of like, what do we do from here? How do we get momentum? And thinking outside the box of like what's going to move things. So for us, like me and Sarah, we work completely differently. I'm more structured, organized, and a bit more methodical about how I approach stuff. She's like control chaos. Like she will do everything all at once, spin as many balls, like try and do as many things as she can as possible. And she's really good at doing it. Yeah. Like she's really good at like spinning all the plates at the same time. Crazy. I'm like, I need to do the one task, finish the task, move on to the next task, like, because I don't like to have things incomplete. So, and I like things to be done properly as well, to like make sure I don't have to do them again. But we balance each other out, because when she's going too far one way, I'll pull her back, and when I'm being too rigid, she'll pull me the other way, which has been really good because it helps. It shows like, so when it comes back to Shark Tank, so that was one of the things that when we were like, we were growing a business, cool things were happening.
How big was the business before you went on Shark Tank? Where were you at? Like $1 million revenue?
Yeah. I think by the time when we actually went on the show, we were 1.3, I think, something like 1.3. So just
is there a difference between the time period of like, how does it work? Like, I want to break it down for the viewers, right? So you guys went on Shark Tank, for those who are not aware. Yeah. It was a great pitch, and you guys did well. So before, you had to apply, obviously, right? Yeah. And then between application and actually being filmed, how big's that gap?
Well, a little bit of a funny part to this story is basically when actually Sarah applied. Like, so Shark Tank had been around for 5 years.
Yeah,
like
it was new. I think it was only year 2 when you guys went on, or something.
No,
like that,
year
right?
1. So
year 1? Oh, first year?
Yeah, first year.
Oh shit. Okay,
So it hadn't been around for 5 years. Yeah. And there was no sign of it coming back. So Sarah found something online that said basically, put your expression of interest in here, and if it ever comes back, we'll let you know. Okay. And then she forgot about it and kind of moved on with her life. And then in January 2023, she got an email from a producer basically saying there's this opportunity to come up for a business for a TV show called Let's Get Down to Business. Okay. And she was like, oh, this would be so cool. Imagine if we can go on TV. And I was like, stop thinking like that. You're being distracted. Let's just focus on growing the business.
Ads. Focus on TikTok.
Let's just get this right. Like, let's just actually get our ducks in a row and like grow this business. And she was like, no, I'm not listening to you. I'm going to do this. So she went down, did all the application process, like, and I was kind of like not really into it. And then we jumped on a call with them, and they were like, okay, so we've got a TV show. This is what we want to do. We're obviously interviewing people right now and understanding if you'd be the right fit for the for the TV show. And I remember saying like, oh, I know you've obviously got this called Let's Get Down to Business, but is it Shark Tank? And she was like, oh, I can't say if it's Shark Tank, but like basically it's like Dragon's Den. I was like,
what else is like Dragon's Den?
So Shark Tank then. So it was really funny because they couldn't say it until.
Oh, interesting. So they gave you a fake name
because the brand, because it hadn't been released yet. They didn't want it to get out.
Oh, they wanted
and
to
they hadn't
hype
announced
and
the judges yet.
Yeah.
So the sharks. So it was all like hush hush. So January is when they first sent out the email.
Yeah.
And then from there it was all the way up until May when we actually shot.
4 months.
But we didn't find out we were officially on the show until 2 weeks before shooting. Yeah.
Wow.
So we kind of got fed like, if you were to have a set,
Typical.
what would it look like?
Yeah.
And it's like sending them everything. Like build your set as if we're building it.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, practice your pitches if you're practicing it.
Wow.
But
So do they build the set for you, or how does it work?
it's a kind of a bit of a collab. So like they build a lot of the stuff for you.
Like the display rack?
Yeah,
and all
but
of
there's
that?
certain things you can provide as well to kind of help. But you kind of like pick the direction and like kind of.
But you don't pay for it, right? They pay for all
They
of it.
pay for the production pays for that.
Did you get to keep it afterwards?
You get to keep some of the stuff, like you get to keep like the posters and stuff.
Yeah. Because I was saying, like,
yeah.
you just make them do like an expo display for you, and you take the
Perfect
display home.
expo. Yeah, I know.
Take it to
all
the
the
expo.
things you need, right? That's a good idea.
Guys, I need a shelf. I need that. I need banner walls. And
something
I need
portable.
A light box.
Something that can fit in a van.
Yeah, exactly. And make sure it's portable so I can like just jack it on the way out.
Exactly. So that was a really fun process to go down, because once we started visualizing it, it was like all getting real. So
That's cool.
So we started practicing it every single day. I'd wake up and like Sarah would literally, I'd be sleeping and Sarah would be like, "Hi, I'm Sarah," and I'd be like, "I'm Lewis," and we were practicing like every minute of every day, really trying to get into this. And by that point, I was like fully on board. I was like, "We're gonna do this. Like, let's go." So it was really, really cool. And so like what people think, especially with that first year, is like you get a lot of support. And in the US, like it's a much stricter process and a much longer process.
And the US is monstrous, bro. Huge.
And people make serious money out there when the show airs
100%.
and stuff. Like they do really, really well.
Yeah. And if you get a deal, like it can go really well too. But also there's a lot of shit deals. But yeah.
100%. So that was really, really crazy to kind of like see exactly like how Australia dealt with it. And we've never been on television before.
Of course,
like,
that's
we've never
crazy.
been down that route. So that was all like really, really cool. And yeah, they don't really tell you anything. They just kind of leave it up to you to do it. So like we came up with our own pitch, we came up with our own ideas. Like we never pitched it to them until the day. No one heard it. So we were basically just practicing with our friends and family. And they gave us some really, really good advice along the way. So and then so pretty much 4 months between like hearing about it and then going on the show, like actually like was probably the time period.
Yeah, wow. And how was it like on the show itself?
Nerve-wracking.
Was it? Oh, did you shit yourself like seeing all the lights and the stage?
Yeah. So like we had to on the day we had to bring our own stock there. Like we had to bring our own like we had to do our own like outfits and stuff. Like
so no makeup.
No, they don't. No.
You
they literally
come
dust
looking
your
good.
face and then they do it. And they just say bring 3 outfits and we'll tell you which one you want. And then you go in and you go, this is one I'm wearing. They go, yeah, cool. Go.
Thumbs up, get out.
Yeah. So it was really kind of like not what we expected, but like also kind of I think we had watched so many Shark Tank pitches and really understood like what we needed to do on the show, that we kind of already knew what someone from whose picture on Shark Tank should look like. Yeah. So that's kind of the approach that we took. And it paid off. So yeah, on the day, it's super nerve-wracking. They put you like in a green room and you see people coming out of the doors and you don't know if they got the deal or they didn't get the deal. No one can talk to each other.
Oh, really?
You can see them and you're kind of like, hey. And they're like, yeah, but like no one tells you anything. Like I remember seeing there was a guy on there who came out in a giant cake suit. Okay. But he never got Ed. Okay. So I was like, I didn't get the deal.
He got cut.
Yeah. So like it was really nerve-wracking because they were doing those are 12-hour days for the guys filming.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And they see about like 10 pitches a day.
Wow. And you guys didn't have a 12-hour day, did you? You just went for your segment.
So you get a time slot.
Yeah.
And ours, we were in about 45 minutes, but I remember like trying to behave normally when someone's shining a camera in your face, especially like with a full production crew.
Oh, bro, it's
you're just like, what do I say? So, so like some of the stuff, like when I watch back, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. But like you're just saying because you think it's like a rehearsal, but it's actually real. They're gonna use that. Like everything you say on camera, they're gonna use. So like Sarah said, I need to pee, and they kept that in. So they were like, yeah. We'll keep
and that was like
in.
meant to be off camera moment, right? With you, was like, oh, babe, I'm nervous. I need to pee.
So we go in the lift because the lift's actually all on one floor. Yeah. But you go in the lift, and she was like, oh my god, I need to pee. And I was like, just hold it in, you'll be all right. And then they just kept that in. So but it's really cool.
Well, they knew the hook. They found the hook, right? So they got it. So that was good.
It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. And then so you're all on like kind of one level, and then you've got to like do that thing where you look at all the pictures of the sharks and like go, which one would you want? You're like, maybe I'll.
They tell you to do that. Hey, please pick a shark.
Yeah,
now.
they're like, who do you want? And I was like, well, I think we would want all of them. Yeah. Like, I don't think there would be anyone.
Who was on your show? Was it Jane? No, it wasn't Jane.
Yep, Jane.
Oh, it was Jane? Jane was there?
Yeah. Jane, Davey, Sabri.
Sabri was on that.
Katrina and Robert Herjavec.
Okay, yeah, 5. Had 5 sharks, yeah. 5 sharks.
So that was when it came back, yeah. So so we were super nervous. Like, one, the show hadn't been around for 5 years. 2, we were actually pitching in front of like an OG shark as well. 1, we were already well aware of pretty much everyone on there as well. Like, but Robert Herjavec being OG from the US, like, was crazy because we were so like thinking, oh my god, like he actually has done this so many times.
Yeah, and
like,
he's a beast.
It's a beast, right?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Billionaires. Yeah. So you're not they can see straight through anybody.
And you think you have a great business, but they're like, we see this shit every single day.
100%.
You know,
100%. So so what happens is you go into this elevator, which is double doored, and then when it opens, they actually play the real music.
Oh,
and then you walk, dun 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 dun, and then you walk forwards, and then they've got like a carpet on the front. So if you ever watch it and you see there's a carpet, that's when you've got to stand in the middle of that carpet.
Oh wow!
It's like a marker.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the music stops, you pitch. Oh. That's it.
That's it.
And
wait, you pitch for the whole 45 minutes?
No.
They don't air that.
Pitch for your pitches are usually around 3 minutes long.
Oh, that's it.
And then you pitch, and then they just look at you and they'll either like stare you out or whatever.
Like one of these ones.
Yeah. So
So how much valuation?
So you pitch, and then they're writing the little notes down, and like you're trying to cram as much information in there as possible that an investor would want to hear.
Of course.
And it's actually a great lesson in like copywriting as well, because if you can do a really great pitch, you can sell anything. Really. 100%. You're selling your business, you're selling products, like that's like part of that. And we didn't realize like that we'd actually done such a great pitch, but like until afterwards they were like telling us like this is the best pitch we've ever seen. So like,
no way, that's so good.
It was really, really cool to kind of have that praise. So going on there, absolutely like
crushed it.
Nerve wracking, but once we got into it, like they were actually really, really good. We prepared for pretty much every single question that someone could have asked.
Wow.
But we ended up literally like being able to answer every single question confidently, and we had no issues.
But that's so powerful. I mean, have you seen the pictures where they're like, so how much revenue have you done this year? What's your profit?
They don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then that's fucked.
Yeah. And in all fairness, like it's a TV show first, so they'll produce the TV show, but they are real investments as well. So
of course.
So that people kind of think, oh, is it just for TV? It is actually a legitimate thing. Something we questioned ourselves as well, like
are they just investing for fake?
Actually real, fakes, or like is it just kind of like?
Wait,
TV?
so did you guys end up getting a deal?
We did.
With who?
We got 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
so
okay.
we really smashed it.
Yeah. What were you asking for? I don't remember.
At the time we went in, we wanted 250,000 for 10%, so valuation of 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
But then
you guys didn't really need the money though, did you?
No, we were cash flow positive, so like
we
were all good. But what we did want was the mentorship.
Yeah, of course.
And then we basically got down to 4 sharks for 375,000 for 30% of the business.
Wow.
Which was basically 1.25, actually 1.125.
Roughly your revenue, 1 to 1. You got a 1 to 1 ratio.
1 to 1, exactly. So that was still good, and it was more than we kind of anticipated, but because of the value that we could see from the opportunity, we were kind of like, let's just give it a go and see what happens.
And so you guys said yes to 4 sharks at 30%.
On the show, yeah.
On the show.
Yeah.
So then, on the show. Okay. So let's break it down. What happens afterwards?
Yeah.
Do you guys just go into like a room? Hey guys, are we actually going to sign contracts, or how does it work?
So basically, as soon as you finish that, they come back around like, and you do some photos and stuff together, and you have a very brief chat. You get to meet everyone like not in front of cameras.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You don't hear anything from them.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah. You kind of get rushed into a room, and then you're out the door, and then the next person's in. So like, because they've got to get through so much filming.
Of course.
So yeah, you kind of like. I remember we went for lunch afterwards, and we were kind of like, is this real? Like, is anything going to happen?
Is that it?
Like, because like I'm kind of like want to do it, and they're like, yeah, we want to do it. Like, but is it real though? Like, are they actually going to call us? And then a couple of months later, we got an email, and then they were like, yeah, we're all going to jump on a call. And we're all
Is that from the producers or who?
No,
sent you
them
an email?
the Sharks directly.
Oh, the Sharks directly.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
wow.
reach out to you and they say, let's set up a call.
Yeah.
Because we had 4, it was really hard to logistically get everyone on the calls.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
We really managed to do it, which was great. And then that's when the real negotiations start. So you kind of go through there and you work out due diligence, and they go through all your numbers, because you have to submit a business plan before you even go on there.
Yeah.
So they kind of
Did you submit like a fat business plan, like a huge one?
Yeah.
Like a 60-pager, big one?
proper one.
Oh, wow. Those are so effort, man.
Yeah,
Every
proper
time someone asked me about
And I wasn't using
business plan-
GPT at the time.
Yeah. That didn't exist back in the day.
Yeah.
Nowadays, write me a business plan based on my existing numbers.
Yeah, here's what
and
P&L go.
Yeah, exactly. And it generates it for you.
What's a P&L?
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
so yeah, we were kind of like up until that point as well, like really just winging things. Like we didn't really know what the real way to do that sort of stuff was. We were just kind of had a product, tried to sell it.
Yeah.
Like that's the main ethos of anything. Like people get caught in their heads, and I think a lot of people when they're starting businesses, they think about all the things they need to do to be compliant, and honestly, just start, figure the rest out.
Because
later.
compliance is a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
100%.
There is so much to it.
Yeah.
Whether even your accounting style, because people don't realize there's different accounting
Yeah.
styles, accounting methods, methodologies.
Yeah.
There's the different ways you track everything.
Yeah.
Then there's compliance and like, the documents, the compliance, like. When you sell a business, it's not as simple as, hey, I make 5 million a year, buy my business for 10. It is 9 months of proper, put your numbers in line, P&Ls, you calculate all your COGS, your suppliers, everything.
Strange words like EBITDA.
EBITDA. EBITDA. Oh, what's that?
What the hell is EBITDA? Who's
Exactly.
EBITDA?
I don't have an EBITDA in my business.
So you don't know, just worry about net profit, all right? I don't know about EBITDA.
Exactly.
Yeah, but these are things you have to learn, and like, especially in e-com, there's so many abbreviations for every single thing.
Oh, bro, there's so many. We were saying that the other day. I had Andreas on. He's the founder of Sydney Stock Project, and people hear it on the podcast. We're just talking. He's like talking about, what's your CAC? What's your CPA? What's your CPMs? And then I'm just sitting there, and our camera operator's like, just what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, but the people you know, no.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Exactly. And I think that's one thing is like, there is a lot of basically just getting into it, and then you learn it as you go. Like 100%. We had no idea what we were doing or what all these abbreviations meant, but like over time you pick it up, and especially through your networks and through working with maybe agencies and other things as well, you get to pick it up through there, because you have to ask the questions.
Of course.
And don't be afraid to ask a question. You're not an idiot.
100%.
You might be an idiot, but you won't be if you ask a question.
If you ask the question, you're not an idiot. But if you don't ask the question, you're 100% an idiot. 100%.
100%. So I think that's also like a key thing, is like never be afraid to ask a question, because like you want to be the dumbest person in
100%. So you can learn.
Yeah.
Wait, so during that phone call, did you guys even prepare any due diligence or not?
No, we had no idea what the next steps were.
Like, it would have been random.
So we kind of went on there. They kind of explained like what the next stages would be for us. So then it was a case of like, all right, this is what the requirements are. Let's get this organized. So get in touch with your accountant, get all the information they need, put it together nicely, send it over to their accountant.
Yeah.
Their accountant does like a full audit.
Yeah.
Dots the I's, cross the T's, all that sort of stuff. Cross-checks it, and then goes back to them and says, is it worth investing in or not? And we were very, very fortunate that they were like, if you can get into this business, get into this business, because this is a good business. So so we were very, very lucky to be in that position. And we didn't lie. So
That's right.
Because some people could maybe go on that show just to give it a crack, and
of course.
But for us, we were like genuinely like interested in like what this opportunity could look like. So, and then from that point, once they know that like you've been legitimized, then it's like, all right, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to work with all of us? Do you not want to work with all of us? Do you want to, like, what are you trying to get out of this? And then really come up with like a contract and what that would look like. So we kind of went through quite a long process with them, trying to figure out exactly what that would look like. And then because our business was already established, we kind of were one of the last ones to kind of really be in that negotiation process as well. So like actually it was probably another 9 months from there. The show hadn't even aired yet. And then we were like already basically having these conversations like semi-regularly with these guys and like kind of voicing our concerns, and they would give us their feedback.
Because you were already making money. That's the thing. I reckon a lot of businesses that go on the show probably are very beginner stage, or they don't make much money at all. So not much accounting, not much stuff. Just in cash. But you guys are good.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the things that like that model is set up. Obviously, like basically, if you know what you're doing, or you're an operator and you just need cash, then you can go on there and that's great. Obviously, just have to give a bit of equity away.
But you guys are doing it strategically. It's a strategic kind of acquisition.
So for us, it was definitely a knowledge-based thing. Is like if we can be around people that are doing over $100 million a year,
that's mad.
Then surely we can be $100 million a year, or at least
100%
over 10, right?
Yeah, or divided by 10 at least.
Whatever it is, like, you know what I mean? Better than where we are now.
Yeah.
You're going to get there much faster, and you're going to learn a lot more lessons. So we went down that route, and then it kind of got to the point you ended the deal, and then we kind of realized that like what we wanted, we could kind of, all these people you can have access to through different channels. So like you can get mentorship, and you can kind of actually like
Daily Mentor.
Join. Yeah, Daily Mentor is a great one. Like we're actually in that for a little bit as well. Like Davey generously put us in there for a little bit, which was an amazing community.
Yeah.
And we definitely learned a lot through that. So I got a lot of thanks for him for like doing that.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Without signing any dots or crossing any T's, you know what I mean? Like he did that out of the goodness of his heart, wanting to help entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And then obviously Jane as well was very, very good in terms of like just helping us with lots of different things, and whatever we needed, she was always there. So, but then we kind of felt like if we needed it, we could buy it.
Yeah.
Rather than actually like give away equity,
business,
which would be worth a lot more.
Correct.
So we decided to like not proceed with the deal in the end, and go along on our sides. And they were honestly the best. Like they were really, really understanding. They knew our vision. And do you know what? If we ever wanted to kind of re-look at that, I reckon there'd be the opportunity there to go again.
Yeah.
We have to go through D&D again, but but I think they would genuinely be like open to doing it, because we tackled that head on. We were very transparent with them as best we could be, and where our business was at and what we wanted to do with it. So I think as well, being able to just know that you're on good terms with these people, whether you do a business deal or with them or not, people want to work with good people.
100%.
That's what it always comes down to.
And you know how hard it is to find good people. Like we've been in business long enough to know, like when you go into the business world, I feel like you see the real world for what it is.
Yeah.
So many people backstab you, or they're there to get information from you. They got other intentions, etc., etc. Finding genuinely good people who just want to see you do well, as well as, helping each other. Fuck, bro, that's so rare, man.
Yeah,
How rare is that? So rare. But I think all the top tier entrepreneurs that I've met, they all get that.
Yeah.
Which is why they're all so happy. Like if you give them a call, shoot them a message, they'll always try to help whoever they can.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot, and there's a lot of ways to meet people as well. I think that's one thing that like people struggle with, is like, where do I find a mentor and what do I do? And there are so many communities that you can join. You can go to networking meetings. You can just reach out to people on DMs like people do to yourself.
Yeah.
There's loads of ways. Like you're not limited by anybody. Like you nowadays you can reach anybody.
Social media has just connected
anybody.
the bridge. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you'd be surprised that I can't remember the exact rule, but like you only have like 6 people.
Oh yeah, 5 people, five separate.
separation.
Yeah, 5 touch points from meeting whoever you want to meet.
And it's true.
It is true.
It's literally true. And like the craziest things can happen, and you can meet anybody you want to, and like you only need to know one person who knows everyone.
Correct. And I was like, and just off the back of that, to note how crazy that is and how legitimate that rule is, it's either, I can't remember the exact rule, it's either 3 or 5 touch points away from whoever you want to meet. At one stage I was 2 touch points away from Donald Trump, and when I was in the US, so I was like, cool. Bro, how crazy is that? Like 2 touch points away from now POTUS, right? And it's just, it goes to show like some random Asian kid from Australia, when I was in the US, helping my cousin do business, I was 2 phone calls away from Mr. Trump himself, right? So that just goes to show, if you wanted to actually do something, if you put yourself in a position where you get good enough to earn the respect of the peers of the people that you're trying to reach, you'll eventually be able to somehow work your way within that network somewhere. Yeah. Whether it eventuates to anything or not, who knows?
And put yourself in the situations. Like I remember the first video I actually remember seeing of you was actually your Gary Vee video where you went and like
when I just walked up to him,
chatting to him and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like he's taking your shot. Going, he's probably talked to 1 million people that day, but like going and talking to him, just shooting your shot, ask you a question, and like put yourself in the room. Like anything could have happened at that point. 100%. You know what I mean?
He remembered that.
Yeah.
When I met him again 3 or 4 years later in the US at another convention, I was like, a couple of years ago, I stopped you on your Australian tour when you were leaving to film a video with you, and I was like, "Do you remember that?" He was like, "Oh, yeah, I kind of do." And then we were like, had a chat about it, and then I filmed with him again after that on stage. Yeah. So it was like I put myself in a position where I can, and I think a lot of people just don't have the balls to do that.
Yeah.
If you want something, fucking do it, man.
Yeah.
Like, chase it, just go. Like it's everything is a dream until it becomes reality. 100%. You know, and you just got to chase it. So I love that. I love that philosophy, and I'm sure you're that exact same person as well.
There are definitely no barriers to anything.
100%.
Absolutely no barriers to
anything is possible. You just have to believe it and actually put yourself into that circumstance to do it.
And I think a lot of people, when they're talking about maybe going to people who are making millions of dollars or billions of dollars, like the billionaires in the world,
bro.
They're humans, and I think the biggest thing is always they will get value from you in some other way. Like I think there always needs to be exchange in some way.
Of course.
So you can't just be taking.
Especially at the beginning of any sort of relationship.
Yeah, exactly. Like there are obviously people who maybe reach out to you and just want to get like, all right,
free shit.
Who's 3PL? Who's this?
Oh, bro, how many messages have you got? Hey, can you tell me who your supplier is?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like all these kind of things. Like, oh, don't worry. Like, and you just think, no, like, why would I tell you that?
Yeah.
Like,
how about I give you my supplier, my brand deck? How about I just transfer my business to you?
Bearing in mind, as a business owner, you spend hours and hours and hours, bro, if not weeks, months,
thousands
years
of hours
developing networks, developing
100%.
like actually going and finding these contacts and seeing what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
To get there, so like we won't just give that stuff out for free. Like you have to build a relationship of two ways. So like we may be in circles and with friends who are doing like 8 or 9 figure businesses, but the value that they all get from would be from a different perspective from us. It might be something that they're not really enhancing their business, or it might just be a perspective.
Correct.
Like, and the thing is, you might not be at that level yet, but it's like, how do you get to there? And like, also, what can you give back? And like, good people help good people.
100%.
So,
I mean, it's all perspective, right? I mean, think about it this way. Like, we could have a similar sized business, or someone could have a business 10 times or 200 times bigger than us.
Yeah.
But each of our individual brains and the way we perceive and do things is completely different to each other.
Yeah.
So how you would approach a solution might be different to how I approach a solution. But now, as entrepreneurs, we'll likely sit down and go, "Hey Lou, what do you reckon's we're gonna do for this?" I'll be like, "Okay, what do I reckon's gonna do for this?" And then we'll just sit down and go, "You know what? Fuck it, let's just split test it." And then now it's like, that's how it is. These different perspectives that people have brings value. People need to realize that you can learn just as much from a janitor as you would from a Fortune 500 CEO. It's just different ways people perceive information, and never be that person who has so much ego that you forget to see what's around you, right? Don't put your head so high in the clouds that you don't see the fucking earth anymore. Yeah. And it happens to a lot of successful people. And I'm sure we've all met them.
Yeah.
Where they've got a bit of money now and they're like, huh? Who's talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a really interesting one of like status. I mean, you can get very carried away in this industry by actually looking at vanity metrics.
Yeah, 100%.
What kind of watch you're wearing?
Yeah.
Like how much money do you make? Whatever, all that sort of stuff. Like all vanity
100%.
metrics. Like none of it really matters. Like if you're not a good person.
100%.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I agree,
what's
man.
the point? If,
I mean, how many
if no one wants to
dickheads-
want to hang out with you, what's the point of having all the money?
Exactly. How many dickheads do you know that are rich?
Yeah.
Plenty. Yeah. And how many genuinely amazing people do you know that are poor? Many. And that's just life. So off the back of Shark Tank, actually, this is a good one. Off the back of Shark Tank, how did that impact your business from a realistic perspective, like once it hit the air? Because obviously from a show side, like a behind the scenes side, no deal, that's fine, whatever, that's okay. And obviously the process of producing the show. But when the show aired, how did that affect your business?
So I think what actually happened was like amazing to us. So we were kind of the third, season 1, episode 5, I think.
Yeah. Halfway through the season,
probably got that
essentially.
wrong.
Don't quote him on that, guys.
Whatever it is, I'll send you some B-roll later.
Insert B-roll, cover it up.
Yeah, I should know this because we say it all the time. But like, but yeah, we're like, when we actually were airing, we had a little launch party, and we'd already met some of the people who've been on previous episodes, and we never met anyone before. But when we could start to see and reach out to people when their episode aired before us to kind of see like, how did it go? What was the experience for them? So like, some people did really well, and other people did really bad.
Really?
Yeah, like they had great businesses, but no one purchased. Like,
crazy.
And then there were other people who had like also great businesses, but like absolutely crushed it, like ridiculous amount of sales.
Wow.
So it was a really kind of a roulette wheel of thinking, oh my God, where are we going to be on the scale?
Yeah.
Are people going to like this product, or are people not going to like this product? Especially like television, like is a new like way of looking at it. Like it's kind of a bit of a dinosaur, if you would.
And because we don't do any TV ads and stuff like that.
Everything's Netflix.
Yeah,
everything's
correct.
like streamed, whatever. So it was a bit interesting to see like, okay, what would this be like? Because like in the heyday as well, it would have been absolutely crazy. Like
100%.
everyone was glued to TV.
Imagine 10 years ago and you
my
were on
God.
Shark Tank, bro.
Yeah,
You'd be see you later. You'd be like, Alan, I've retired.
yeah. And people would, unless like you said, the people would absolutely love it. But we were a bit uncertain about like what it would actually be like for our business. But it was amazing. So like as soon as we came on the television and we started pitching, we started seeing people go to our website straight away, and you just see like hundreds and hundreds of people like ad, and then it turned into thousands of people, and then thousands.
Really?
I think at one point maybe like 8,000 people on the website.
Live?
Yeah, live.
Holy
within like a 10-minute
shit.
period. And you just see this massive spike, and then obviously they're all purchasing and stuff as well and buying
That's
products as you're going. So you're just seeing crazy stuff.
Bro,
like
8,000 live is wild. Bro, absolute. Bro, people who don't realize on e-com, if you see 8,000 concurrent visitors, bro, you're making like $500,000 a day or something at that stage. It's insane.
Wild stuff. At least you're collecting that data as well, right? Like you can retarget them and like get them all that period.
Everyone's like starting to pop up.
Different consideration periods, but you'll definitely make sales.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that was kind of the thing for us, is like we were like, oh my God, this is great. Like we're making sales, people are buying, like this is mad, like it's gone in the right direction. So so that was really, really good. And then it was like, okay, like how do we use this opportunity to actually like continue the momentum?
Yeah.
And one thing we actually felt was going to happen is when we went on Shark Tank, that when we go to the press, that everyone will care.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah. Hey guys, we were on Shark Tank. And what?
Yeah, they're
and
like,
what?
it's all right. Something else is happening. So,
Yeah. Sorry, Love Island's just released. We don't care.
Exactly. So for us, that was really interesting because we had this mindset, because we had some success with PR and stuff before, and we were like, this is a great PR opportunity. We're going to go on there. People are going to love us. People are going to be like, oh my God, I've got to write about this. But honestly, no PR, no news media company cared. Like they were just like, I'm not bothered. Like, Shark Tank, whatever. But we cared. So that was the main thing. So then when we were kind of like, how do we make the most of this? We took it to what we know best, which is social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Pump the content. So
the best thing that we did to really, really get even more traction from it was release our episode in parts. So obviously, like typically people only watch like a minute max, really, kind of like they're bored by that point. So we broke down the video into like 5-6 pieces, and then we just released it in part 1, part 2. And then we took the video, like, so we released part 1. That would generate like 1 million views straight away, because people like, they've already been following your brand, and now they know you've been on this journey because you've been building up, you're going to go on Shark Tank.
See it.
Then you release it in clips so that people who didn't get to watch it live can actually watch it now. And then you get millions of views on that, and then everyone will be like, oh my God, this is amazing, part 2. And then you go in on the back of that comment, release the video on the back of that comment. So you're creating like that ripple effect and that halo effect of like
the chain,
linking everything together. So you watch that one video, find the next, where's part 2, where's part 3, where's part 4. And that was really amazing for us, because we managed to link all these million views like together. Like,
did they all do well? Did all the parts? Really?
Yeah, because of the halo. Because of the halo effect. So because they were tied together, people might come in at like number 4, but they want to know what happened in number 1.
Yeah, so
then you go to number 1 and go back to where you were. So like we were getting all these people engaging and actually building, like following the story and following the journey with us in real time on there. And that was like one thing that we were the first people to kind of do that in Australia, like to kind of like look at how we would utilize that content. And that really helps us. And then even with ads, like Facebook is always going to favor like stuff like that as well.
Of course.
Like, you've got credibility.
Yeah,
there we go.
We're synchronized.
So yeah, it's just looking at that from that perspective of like, how do you squeeze this lemon to get all the juice out of it?
100%. We did the same with our, what was it? what were we on? We were Channel 7.
Yeah.
On Sunrise.
Yeah, I
when we
remember.
when we were on Sunrise, we squeezed the shit out of that.
Got it.
Yeah, literally for 3 years, that was one of our top ads.
Amazing.
3 years,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So are you still running your Shark Tank ad?
We do, yeah.
Oh, there you go. See, it's been like 3 years as well, almost.
Yeah, because you build up so much momentum with it and stuff as well, like, and it's just different variations. And I think you should never stop. Even now, you should go back and continue to chop it in different ways.
Chop it, yeah.
But yeah, like that's always been a really good one for us as well. Like, and using that content to go like, well, I've got it. I went on in there. Like, how can we use this as social proof? So, how can you use it on your website?
Yeah.
You've been endorsed basically by
100%.
people who say that your business is good. So, and genuinely, if they didn't believe that it was a good product, they would tell you.
Of
Because
course.
they're not afraid to tell you.
Yeah. Look, honestly, have you seen? I don't know which episode it was. I saw it the other day. I'm watching like these Shark Tank clips because they always pop up because we're entrepreneurs, so they'll always pop up. And the guy's just like, honestly, you got a shit business.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the US ones. Like, honestly, your business sucks, and you should probably drop this product.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I would never invest.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for that, I'm out.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, okay, cool, nice.
Yeah, I think one key thing to always remember when you, especially with product-based businesses like ourselves,
Yeah.
is it's never that you're a bad entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It might just be that you're in the wrong category.
Correct. Wrong category,
And
wrong product.
You see, I've met people and know people who've like done the most random categories and the most random products, making 8-9 figures, and you're just like,
insane.
how do you do that?
It's
And
insane.
like the effort for them is like, oh yeah, I'll put that up, I'll get like 12 hours, and you're just like, fucking hell, like, you know what I mean?
Sometimes when you hear those stories, you just sit there
Yeah.
and you're just like,
Yeah, like how and why?
I'm struggling to keep 2.5.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. And he's really, really tough out there, especially the cost going up and like,
Yeah.
but the winner with all this stuff is always just really hone into like who your audience is, know your avatar, and make better creative. Like
100%.
and try not to copy what everyone else is doing. That can be a bit of a guide.
Yeah.
But don't do it exactly the same.
Correct. I think this generation, like with advertising, it all comes down to creative anyway. Wait, are you running your own ads or do you have agency? Okay.
Oh, no,
So you run your
it's
own
got
ads.
Patreon
So.
now.
Yeah, no.
By the way,
By the way, guys, I run my own
Business
ads. We'll hold it up to the camera. All right. Contact me.
Yeah,
All right. So
yeah.
if you sign up with Lewis, I get a 10% kickback, just letting you guys know.
Yeah, that's it,
But all
that's it.
jokes aside, yeah, no, I mean, that's great. Like you're always on the pulse there
Yeah.
as well. So I'm actually considering for my business as well. We've been running with agency this whole time. So I'm thinking about pulling it back and going back onto the ads myself.
Yeah.
But it's all about, again, same thing when you scale, you want to determine like operating, who's going to be the operator, who's going to do all of this sort of stuff. You guys run really lean as well, which is great. Yeah. How's the business now? How's it grown since Shark Tank?
Yeah, so it's grown really well. So
Yeah.
the things that we really got out of it was like really getting a clear picture on what we need to do to be able to get the business to where we want it. So we're en route to like growing to an 8-figure business.
Wow.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are we going to get there, and what are they going to be the levers that actually get us to there? So it's always going to be how we can increase our AOV.
Of course.
So even within the last 12 months, we've increased our AOV by about 30%.
What
which
did
is
you do?
really
What's
good.
new? What's new?
Basically, it was by adding a consumable into the product. So
Oh, yeah.
you
Like
were
a
pretty
serum
yeah,
or-
you
yeah.
were pretty early on with that with your business as
Yeah,
well. Like
we
with oil.
straight away I knew it. I was like $30. Now we're fucked.
Yeah.
So straight away I went to the
We were the
lab,
same.
aka my kitchen, and I started mixing shit. And I was like, "This
Yeah.
is great."
Yeah.
All right, done ad.
So we'd been playing around with serums like pretty much since the beginning of the product as well.
Yep.
But that was a pretty crazy journey. So basically, I think it was maybe at the end of 2021, we found a chemist that was from a really, really good brand, and they were going to help us.
Oh, wow.
Just to create a great product. They saw what we were doing. They really fell in love with the product idea, and we developed lots of different products with them. And then we went into looking at how we would actually get that contract manufactured in Australia.
Yeah.
So we went through this whole process. Maybe honestly, probably it took us way too long. It probably took us about 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Like at least 2.5. And then when we got to the end of it, we were like, all right, so what's the cost of the product going to be?
That's like $15.
$25.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. I was like $25.
25.
I was like,
Wow.
like, how are we going to do this?
And what
Like,
MOQ did they slap you with? 2,000?
Yeah, exactly. So basically we were like,
That's
how are we
50
going to make that
G's
work, right?
for a first batch.
You don't know if it's going to work. You don't know
Exactly,
if
it's
people
50
like
Gs for a
it.
first
You know
batch.
the product's good.
Oh, and that's excluding, by the way, guys, excluding packaging, taxes,
Yeah.
all of that.
So that's a very key thing is like you may sell your product for $35, $30, even 60, right?
Yeah.
And people think, oh my God, that's so expensive. It's
Right.
actually not,
It's
because when you factor in your advertising costs, because acquiring a customer isn't free.
Yep, that's right.
And then you've got if you have a 3PL, even
Yep.
if you're paying staff,
Pick, pack, and storage.
insurance, you've
Yep.
got shipping, logistics, you've got to get it from your factory to your warehouse and then ship it from your warehouse out.
Yep.
And then you've got to pay all the taxes in between and the duties and all that sort of stuff.
Well,
as
now
well.
the US has just pumped us with the de minimis rule.
Exactly. So everything actually gets really, really hard. So your margins can go really, really slim.
So
So
I think people need to realize this. If
People
we
need
sell
to
a
realize.
product, like let's just say me and Lou here, we sell a product for $60. Your end profit on that $60 product might only even be $5 if you're doing really well, $10, $15. That would probably be your end margin on it. Because of all these things in the middle. Imagine, like if Lewis had a product for $25, that's just the raw, like the juice that's inside whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you put a package on it, another $1. You put another package on the package to protect the package, another $1.
Yeah.
Then maybe you shrink wrap it, then that's maybe like 20 cents.
Yeah.
And then you've got shipping fees. With Australia Post domestically, you're averaging about $8 per shipping. Then you've got marketing acquisition, which is about $20, $25 per customer. We've pretty much broken it down. If you're selling that product for $60, I've already put on maybe someone can correct me in the comments, maybe $52 of cost.
Yeah.
Excluding him paying himself, excluding him paying his staff,
Yeah.
excluding making the marketing material. I mean, he's a great graphic designer, so he'll probably do it himself. But if he needed to hire someone,
Yeah.
we don't actually make that much. So that's why when people go, oh, it's $60, I just go to AliExpress, it's listed for $6.
Yeah.
Then fucking go get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And the truth about that stuff is always like, the quality is never going to be the same as well. One,
100%.
you actually spent a lot of time actually doing it and developing a product that works.
let's talk about that. Serum. How many renditions did you have, or the current, is it serum?
Yeah.
So how many renditions or versions of that serum did you
So many.
test before you got out? Because I know with my hair mask,
Yeah.
it was 16.
Right.
With my body oil, it's probably about 40.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's how many versions I've created.
So many.
How many do you reckon you've done for serum?
So many, because we did it over such a long period of time.
Yeah, 2.5
as well.
years is a long time,
So
bro.
we did it. We did it with the cosmetic chemist, but then we actually ended up going to Korea and getting it made in Korea.
Wow.
So then we kind of had to restart with the Korea.
Yeah, because they have different raw
Because-
materials and ratios.
Yeah, and then you have to make sure all that's compliant in the countries you want to sell in.
Correct.
So like then you have to like get creative with like, okay, we've developed it for an Australian market, but now some of the ingredients there can't be sold in other countries.
Oh,
But,
that's such
but our main markets are like obviously
UK, Europe.
UK,
Yeah,
UK, US,
US, yeah.
Australia, right? Like the key ones, right?
Yeah.
So like, we need to make sure it's compliant so that it's actually going to be able to be sold there. So like we would go through all that process of like understanding all that, having the idea of the formula, but then tweaking it. And then like, okay, how does it feel? How does it freeze? And this is one of the challenges that we had because we've created another product that like wasn't really around at that point. Like freezable serums weren't a thing.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
So like we basically had to make something that would still hold all the right like ingredients like when frozen and like be good
Still
when it
be
actually,
applicable. Yeah. Doesn't ruin it
doesn't
molecularly
like float
or
to the top
anything
or
like that.
something,
Yeah.
anything like that. So so we really had to develop like a new system of doing that.
That's crazy.
Which was great. Like it's really, really fun. And then once we got it right, we just knew that this was the one.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, we launched our aloe serum, chilled aloe serum, and that's been really, really great for
Really?
us. We've
Oh,
got
awesome.
a lot of amazing customers who absolutely love it. They
Wow.
buy it with the Chrono Cube. And because we always promoted it as like natural skincare anyway, right? So when people can put cucumbers in there, they can put like coffee in there. They can
Yeah,
put all
I
sorts of
remember
stuff
I've
in there.
seen that. You just put it in the liquid and you freeze it and then you can utilize that.
So you can put all that stuff in. But we were like, all right, so what we were actually getting back was feedback from people being like, I love the idea of that, but I'm too lazy to do it. Like
Typical.
And I was like, well, fair enough. So like we
Yeah.
need to put something in there that actually, one, it's going to enhance it more than just that, but also make you enjoy it and we'll look forward to doing it. So then when we created chilled aloe niacinamide serum, like we knew that it was going to be a great product and something that people would love. And yeah, straight away, like as soon as we launched it, like it was number one. Like so,
Wow.
we sell it like in a bundle, and like that helps to obviously raise our AOV and give us more margin as well to like scale.
Yeah.
So yeah, then so now it's like definitely looking at what those levers are to get to scale. So it's understanding like how you're going to grow your traffic.
Yep.
Understanding how you're going to grow your AOV, how you're going to convert those people, and then how you're going to keep those people. Like that
Sounds simple when you say it.
That's literally like the
Sounds
four
simple.
things,
Yeah.
and realistically, it probably is simple.
Yeah.
But the execution's hard.
Oh, execution is so complex. I
Yeah.
mean, like think about it. When you went into the UK, for example, and you're targeting the EU region now, you got VAT, You got all of the registrations there. Now US, we've got the issue with the tax thing that's just popped up. You're in 3PLs, which is a little bit better. But for all of us that are in-house or like delivering, it's pretty cooked.
Yeah.
But yeah, you learn a lot, man. There's so much to it. Even shipping product, whether it's from China to Australia, Korea to UK, Korea to Australia, like it's all, every channel, every country is a different rule book, a different system, a different process, a different procedure. People don't talk about that in business, man.
They don't.
It's literally, hey guys, find a product, run some ads, make 500K a month, you're retired.
Yeah.
Buy Lambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sick.
And that's it. And then not all the things of like customer service, actually like being able to educate people, creating the content.
How to hire staff, who to look for, how to train them.
How are you going to get a product from A to B? Like people think it just rocks up like Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon's a multi-billion-dollar business.
And
you know
the
what I mean?
whole point is that
Like,
they've invested billions into their infrastructure,
100%.
right? And logistics. That's the way they can do it.
Yeah.
We don't have that money, but
yeah, we'll get there.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. But that's the journey really of like how we're planning on like looking at like, right, what are the things that are going to grow our business and where do we need to be positioning ourselves? And like, the key things that people really are doing that right now is like looking at how AI is going to help their business, and obviously
100%.
looking at how content's going to help their
Do
business.
you use any AI tools?
Mainly ChatGPT.
Just ChatGPT. Yeah.
I know.
Helps you with copy and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely considering looking at some of the automations that you can do. So
I'm
especially
looking
for,
to
like,
agents.
Yeah, building agents and stuff. Just like simple ones, like, and I think is it Make or Made?
There's a couple. There's a couple of different ones.
I think it's Make. And you can basically like set everything up as an agent, so like the task gets automated by GPT and all.
I just wanted to take all the admin and shit off my hands. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. And like even if you were paying $200 for that subscription, it's going to
it's
be
worth
cheaper
it.
than an employee, right?
100%.
And it's not about replacing employees, because employees are actually so critical to the business.
Agreed.
But it's about enhancing the way that everyone's workflow goes, because like we've got to protect our energy. And as business owners, like we put so much energy into all these things, and we're scattered across many businesses, or many elements in your business.
Yes.
You have multiple businesses.
Yes.
So it gets very tiring, and
100%.
you know, you've got to save something for yourself. You've got to save something for your partner, your family, and everything else.
How hard is that? Actually, that was one of my questions that almost went out the top of my mind. There is like, how do you handle that working in a business with your to-be wife?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it can be challenging at times.
Yeah.
There are lots of fights and arguments that must come through.
Yeah.
Do you guys go through that same process or like,
100%.
yeah?
Yeah, I think that when you're in a relationship with somebody, like there were so many relationships that didn't survive COVID.
Oh yeah, that was one of mine.
Yeah, there you go. Well, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's
because
what it is,
like you know what, like at least you know, and
Yeah.
at least like when things really get in a pressure cooker situation, that you know maybe you weren't meant to be together.
Agreed.
But when you can go through that and you can like really enjoy the process, then you know that you can deal with anything. And one thing that me and Sarah really are good at is being able to communicate, whether it's good or bad things. We're just able to like tell each other
That's
like
powerful.
what's happening. So like we're not afraid to tell each other exactly how things are and our opinions. We're not holding back. We're not afraid that they're going to get upset or anything like that. We just tell each other because like even if they do get upset, they'll get over it, right? And we're not there to have the same opinion. We're there to grow a business together and build a future together. So like I think it's important. Like I'm not a stubborn person, and neither she, and that's been very good for
But
us.
that's so good.
Yeah, I don't know. You stubborn?
I don't know.
You're
Man.
like, my way or the highway. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm a little stubborn, but also like I think for me, I've learned that my ego is not my amigo, right? So it's like sometimes when you have your ego there, the first response is always like, I'm going to be stubborn. I'm right. But then if you leave me alone for like 12 hours, then I go back and I go, okay, I've reflected, I've analyzed, I've reviewed. Maybe I was wrong here. We can look at a different approach. So I've had to learn how to control my emotions in that sense over time, and learn how to manage expectations and communication with whether it's business partner or romantic partner. Both are very, very important regardless.
Yeah,
but
or
yours
both
is
in my
yours is
case.
both. Yeah, yours is both in your situation. How do you guys find time for each other then? Do you still get up to fun stuff? Like, how does
Yeah,
that
I mean,
work?
I guess that's been a really hard trade-off, especially with us both being in the business. So,
Because if you both take time off and you have a small team, it's very difficult to maintain.
yeah, exactly. So that's one of the key focuses of our growth as well, is to hire as many roles out as possible, and to get the right people on board.
That's what we're doing too right now. We're like, fuck, bro, I'm dying. Fucking 16 hours a day. I need a second.
100%. So it's really understanding like what we need to do to hire and like where it's going to make the biggest impact. So Yeah, it is really, really difficult as partners as well. Just repeat the question again.
Yeah, no. I feel like how do you guys actually manage to find like that free
Time for
time? Like time for your as a couple, that time for that
Yeah.
unit and give energy to that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have to enjoy what you're doing through the business, but I think for us, we just like look at the little wins.
Yeah.
So we might go to the sauna together and then
cute.
like just take a little time there. We
Yeah.
might go and get crepes together or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then, in all honesty, we work extremely hard and like we probably are in the grind mode like of workers. So like still work weekends and stuff like that. Like not all the time, but like we'll have like every day we're doing something. It doesn't mean that we're doing all day, but maybe there'll be something we do on that day, whether it's filming content or whether it's just reviewing some emails or whatever it might be, just like get it so we don't have to do it the day after.
Yeah,
like to keep wheels turning. Like we kind of just like to keep on top of everything.
Yeah.
Because this stuff can snowball really quickly.
Oh, bro.
And,
In business, you know how fast things snowball, man. If you go
Yeah.
on a holiday for a week and you come back to the inbox, you'll see you later.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I think that's exactly right. Like, that's like understanding like what really needs to be done in your business. So we definitely working on that. Because we literally spend 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Oh, working on the business together.
365
Yeah.
So we try and make opportunities. So like if we do go overseas for something, we try and make a little bit of a break out of it as well. So if we go to China, like Sarah's obviously from Hong Kong as well, we'll make sure we spend a little bit of time in Hong Kong. Do a few business things and then obviously like enjoy the rest of the time as well.
Yeah, I'm about to go China, right? And I was like, I'm going to turn this into a holiday, but it has to be a work holiday. Otherwise, I can't justify going on a holiday. It doesn't make sense. But it's a work holiday.
Yeah.
How are you guys? Yeah, how are you guys going to find time then for like kids and stuff? Like,
Well, this is it. This is where the next stage is. Right?
Yeah, I have a feeling like for you guys, it's like baby's next, right? Marriage, baby.
So
That's hard.
We've been very inspired by. There's a great book, which I got recommended to me, and I tell every single person to buy it. It's called Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. He's an amazing entrepreneur from Canada. And his whole thing is how you basically hire yourself out of a job.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you've read the book, but
I haven't read the book.
Definitely read it.
But I know the philosophy.
No, the principle.
Yeah, I know the principle of creating leverage in your business through people power to get yourself out of the business.
So that's exactly what we're going to be doing, and we've already started that. So we do have a team. So we've got probably about a team of 6 people at the moment.
Oh, nice.
But all remote.
Yeah.
So that might be different areas of the business, from like video editors to like customer service to partnerships, and other marketing aspects within our business. But what we're going to be hiring is like
Operations.
But
that's a hard one, man.
Honestly, number one's going to be our executive assistant.
Yeah.
So
That's exactly. I'm literally hiring. So anyone who wants to be an executive assistant for either Lewis or me.
Yeah, we need 2 people.
Yeah, we need 2. So submit your resume.
Let's go. Yeah. So because the idea is like, you shouldn't be letting your emails dictate your day.
Bro, and that's the worst thing ever, man.
And,
Your emotions are so triggered by your email sometimes. So it's just
you need someone to go in there, organize all that stuff, someone to be able to just go and literally set up SOPs for you so that they can help delegate and pass the work onto the right people within your team. Some very close friends of ours, like they've done amazingly well. And one of the roles of one of the business partners in that business is to just hire. And that's his role. The other guy's
he's a
marketing.
recruiter. He's literally a recruiter.
He's a recruiter in the business, and his mentality and his methodology is amazing. Is basically to not do anything. Yeah,
That's a great mentality. Oh, teach me, please.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And they've managed to achieve that.
Wow.
And, because my question was to them is like, oh my God, how
do you trust that?
How many hours a day do you work and stuff like that? Like obviously you're absolutely crushing it. Like how many hours a day? Like 2-3 hours a day. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, how do you do that? It's like basically systems, processes, and hire. Like, and like once you understand your org chart, your organizational chart of like who's in charge of what and what actually needs to be done, then you can go from there. So me and Sarah at the moment, we want to spend more time. We want to go on more holidays. We want to enjoy the life that we're building, not just like work for the business.
Literally, yeah.
So some of the things we're doing right now is like we're doing like time auditing.
Okay.
So basically, you print out an A4 piece of paper and it'd be broken down in like 30-minute slots. So like in little table like that. And then every 30 minutes, you just write down what you did in that 30 minutes. and then you put at the end of it a dollar sign next to it.
Oof.
So if it's $1, it's a low value task.
Yeah.
If it's $4, it's a high value task that's going to move your business forwards, and that's where your efforts should be. And we did this audit recently, probably a couple of months ago, and the things on my list was like 90% $1 tasks.
Oh wow.
And there was very, very few like $4 tasks,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
any.
yeah. I realized that as well earlier
Yeah.
this year too.
Yeah. So like understanding like where your time and effort's being put into, and like really visually seeing that is a massive thing to move your business forward, because you get to get a punch in the face of saying you're wasting every single minute of every single day by responding to this task. This task like could be outsourced to somebody, whether it be a virtual assistant or whether it be a physical person, like an employee, like whatever it is, like someone can do that for you.
Yeah.
Even AI in some cases, and help you relieve that. So then that might be that half an hour chunk is
You
gone.
get back. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So then suddenly by the end of the day, you've only actually got to put a couple of hours in a day to really make a difference.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the actual truth, right?
Yeah.
Like you actually, if you were to only do one thing in a day,
Make it like a
then,
high
then you
value,
would only
high
pick
impact.
the biggest impact
Correct.
task, right?
Correct.
You wouldn't do your emails.
Correct. Of course not. Of course not. Please.
I probably would.
Please. I'll look at my emails
Try
and
not
cry.
to.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I've got to always respond to clients, or I've got to always respond to this. I need to definitely get that off the table. But yeah, so where did you find, because your business must have shifted, in the last three years or so,
Yeah.
going from that 1.3, 1.5, whatever, $2 million range to get into you now where you're on track to go into 8 figures.
Yeah.
Where's that switch? What happened?
It's
What changed
definitely from trying to understand like what are the things that you need to be focusing on your business to get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
So whilst this is something that people kind of get confused about, and they think that if your video goes viral, as we have kind of already spoke about before, that you're going to sell out and you're going to be crazy. And the truth is that can happen, right?
And it also can't.
And the other side of that is it can't, right?
Yes.
So to put it in perspective, like across all our social channels, we've had well over 1 billion views.
Yeah, same.
Right. So, but I'm not a billionaire.
Yeah, that's right. I wish I was. If I had $1 for every view, me and Lewis would right now be on our Lambo yachts out having a party.
Exactly. So that's the key thing to kind of like keep in mind is like we've had videos that have had 50 million. I know you've had like tremendous success as well. But some of those haven't even budged. Like no traffic's gone anywhere.
I mean, literally, we had a video last week, 4 million views, $0.
Yeah, exactly.
Zero.
Exactly. So I think what it is being able to understand like where good quality traffic is coming from, and how you can kind of control that. The best way still in this day and age, despite us all hating it at the same time, is always meta.
Of course.
That's the biggest lever any business can do. But the hard part is to really understand how you're going to tune your ads to actually work and resonate with the audience and be relevant.
Yeah. And what was your strategy there? Is it more content focused, creative focused, or did you have some like setups that you did? What was different?
Ours was so quite funnily, like there's been so many changes and it's very fast paced in media buying, right?
Yeah,
and there's been big changes with what Meta's been doing, and also like the way
like Advantage Plus or the AI that they're implementing.
So like I went through a process of basically finding the best of the best like media buyers that I could, and just like brainstorming them like and understanding how they media buy.
And how did you do that? Did you hire them, or did you kind of just be like, hey, can I buy an hour of your time and get consulting?
Yeah, pretty much a bit of a mixture. So like it was kind of a leaning into my network and understanding who knows good people, and then just getting introductions and seeing if they jump on a call with me and just explain the situation. Like of like, this is what we're trying to do. We feel like we've got a great opportunity to do it. Just love to share some ideas, and like if you're open to like just give me some insights, let me know. Like you said, you can pay for this stuff as well. So like it just depends on who's in your network and what you're doing. And also what value you can add back. Like because sometimes you don't have to pay for stuff, but you can add value in other ways.
Of course, it's an exchange of different information.
Yeah, you might have access to a community or whatever it might be. Correct. So for us, like I went 5 different media buyers, and every single media buyer was completely different. Every single
I realized that everyone's got different strategy,
and it came really clear to me that like there is no right way of doing something.
Interesting.
You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Like so, basically, if you might get caught up in the details of like, is it Advantage Plus? Like, do I need to be doing this campaign? Do I need to be doing a retargeting campaign?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of campaign should I be doing? Like, how much should my budget be? Like, should it be $30 a day? Or like, CBO, ABO, whatever it is. Like, all these different things. And I think what I realized in that moment is like, whatever I was going to do, it was probably going to be like going to work out anyway, whether it's right or wrong. And no matter what my media account or meta account is going to be set up like, it's not going to be the thing that drives the sales.
Interesting.
It's going to be the thing that drives the sales is going to be the content.
Yeah.
Right. So really understanding like, okay, what is your offer? Like, what is your, where's your landing page going to? Is it optimized? Like, what's the journey of that person? Like, I'm really kind of understanding that a lot more. It's like, okay, so what kind of traffic is coming to your website and what should that journey be like for them? A lot of people will come to your website and will bounce, like, because they'll just be nosy or they just fell into it. They weren't looking to purchase. But through your social media, and this is the importance of like, whilst you may say, and I may say that a video that hit 1 million views, 10 million, 50 million didn't create sales, that isn't actually true.
Yeah.
Because what I actually did was create awareness.
That's true.
And what that awareness does is help you then when you actually hit them with something more salesy to actually get them back, and convert them. So it's really looking at that aspect as like, all right, so how do we actually get person from point A to point B and take them on a journey where they actually can build trust with us. And so all your social media now, like this is how my brain works now, is socials is there for building trust and entertaining people and becoming people's friends.
Yeah, and people see that you're real and not just a random ass
Well,
brand.
that was exactly why the crying video like works really well, because that was a real emotion. It was real like I just want to share this experience with me.
It's just a genuine feedback and reaction to how our customers are, and like that's and people relate to that. It's very powerful.
Exactly. It's not something that you're gonna have like now 50 crying videos like
back to back.
You know what I mean?
50 different crying
cry
videos.
Again.
Cry, Jess.
Cry again.
Cry.
But you might be able to do a video where you can pretend to do that. Like, go do another crying video. Pretend to do that, and that could
different
go viral.
variation. So
but what it is like people just love to like experiment and be fun and like just be involved in the journey with you. Whereas like your paid is there to sell. Yeah. You're paying, so like you need to make sure that it's really performing well. So making sure within the first couple of seconds you're actually like stacking the front loading basically the words that you're saying to be relevant to the person watching. Yeah. And letting the creative target people. So like that's something that I've been really involved in. Sarah's been really involved in as well. Like she's an amazing content creator, both organic and paid. And like that's something we've both been able to work on together and kind of like challenge each other and test and learn. So even now we're still testing and learning as everybody else is doing and like trying to find out exactly what it is. But you can be more confident in your decisions by actually having processes to test and learn. Like I'm sure if we both set each other a challenge within the next like week to go viral, we could do that.
100%.
And I know people think like that's crazy to be able to think that, but it's true because like I know what goes viral and it's stupid stuff.
I agree. I'm pretty sure we can go viral in the next week, no doubt. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, it's because we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. We've seen the trends and we've posted thousands of videos. Like we will know. Yeah. And same thing, like when it comes to advertising, we can share with you. I think, and this is the value of having the right people around you in the right network doing the same things as you do. Me and Lewis can share with each other like a content strategy for each other that's been working for us. And it could be completely different strategies. And it also might not work for him, but on the flip side, it could also work just as well for him. Yeah. So why wouldn't you test that? Why wouldn't you speak out to your friends? Why wouldn't you test all these different strategies just to see what sticks?
And I think the key thing with like content is like what we do a lot of the time is we'll get inspired by someone who's completely unrelated to our business, but we really like the content and just repurpose it. Yeah, like what would the story be if that was for our business? And then do it in our own way. So like there are trends where people are like, oh, I don't know how I would use that trend for my business. We developed a skill to be able to do that and like create a story of like showing what the problem is and what the solution is. Yeah. I know you're exactly on the same wavelength.
So like absolutely. What's the problem? What's our solution? Yeah. How do we tell it in a way that is going viral right now? How do we tell it in a way that's trending right now?
And a way that you're not trying to sell anybody, you're just trying to show
Correct. We're just literally just having fun. And honestly, most of our content is having fun. Yeah. A video of me screaming yesterday went viral. It got like 2 million views.
Wow.
Of us, we were playing, what game were we playing? We were playing Imposter. We're playing the game Imposter. And then I won the game. And this was not scripted at all. I literally won the game and I was like, sucked in. You guys all suck. I did better than all of you. I won. And then that video blew up. So it's just ran. 0 sales, but obviously. Every time it's my mug, it's 0 sales. Yeah. Anytime it's one of the girls, boom, we're peaking out.
Yeah.
No one likes the guys. Fucking hell.
Once again, content ideas like flashing through my head of like somehow the girls talking, then you pretending to like rip your face off. I'm like, actually, it was me. You gonna buy now or what?
Now buy.
So like, there's so many different ways you can play this stuff and like have fun with it.
Just having a lot of fun. All right. Well, we've gone on for quite a while now. I think we had a great conversation today, and definitely we'll have follow-up episodes probably after Black Friday, and we can dive into like how we did for Black Friday and stuff. I think that'll be fun. Let me get down to our final question for the day, which is, point 01 is all about unlocking the cheat codes that we've learned. And I'm sure over the last 30 years almost of your experience in entrepreneurship, 20 plus years in entrepreneurship for you since 7, right? Or learning from there since primary school. What sort of cheat codes do you think you've unlocked for yourself in this, right? Life is a game. I don't know if you see it the same way as I do, but I think life is just one big entire sandbox, one big game where we're just exploring, trying to figure it out so that we can win the game in whatever sense and whatever scale that we want to win it at. So if you were to go back to now 7-year-old Lewis who just found out he was dyslexic, and you are now going to go and hold his hand and go, hey, Lewis, this is a cheat code that I found when I turned 35. I want you to use this. And I know for sure that you're going to get to where I'm going to get today, but in way less than half the time, even triple the time, or triple less the time, or 1/3 of the time, triple less. Triple less, but 1/3 of the time. What would you say to yourself? What cheat code do you think, what is the one cheat code that you think is the most impactful thing that you've learned over the last 30 years?
I think the definitely the number one thing that I'm doing today, and I'm trying also to give back as much as possible as well, is to be able to do something for free.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
So basically, like, if you want to be, if say I'm 7-year-old Lou,
yeah,
and I see you're doing amazing, like, I'm really looking up to you, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
Like, go and work for you for free and learn as much as possible.
Okay.
And like, actually, like, be mentored in real time, like by physical learning on the job, because everything that we've done has been through learning, right?
Yep.
Trial and error.
Correct.
So the closer that you can be to that as soon as possible is what you should be doing. So like, if you're really passionate about growing businesses or starting an e-com business, go and try and do an internship or do something, like add some value. Like, if you can't get noticed, don't do conventional things by going and actually applying for a job.
Yeah,
like,
here's a CV made from Canva, boom, same as everyone else.
Buy the product, make some content, send it to them and tell them they can use it. Like, do multiple videos, get noticed by that person that you want to do, and get mentored by him. Like, if someone came to me with 10 videos of how they would sell my product,
but I'd hide them.
started doing the work already of like reaching out to content creators and getting them to make content, and start editing stuff and send it to me and be like, just run these ads. I want to see if they work. Send me a Google Drive, and then I could have a look at those files, and I'll be like, oh my God, these are crazy. And they go, literally, I don't want anything. I just want to work with you. Like, I don't want anything. Like, you can do this if you have a full-time job. If you want to be close to someone, but you want to get into becoming a video editor, or you want to become a content creator, or whatever it is,
edit for free.
Everyone's been delusioned now, and I don't want to go off topic, but everyone's been delusioned. I think you've talked about this before
many times
about what content creators should be paid, and like, absolutely, it's a job, and absolutely it should be paid. But the thing is, when a piece of content gets sent to us, we've got to test and put money behind that. And there's no guarantees that's going to work. So there is a cap on like how much that content is worth to us. But what you've got to try and do is understand like how much time and effort it takes, and work out what works out for everybody.
There's a risk and reward, right? Like, let's just say a piece of content for us is worth $50, right? So that $50 could either mean we put $1,000 behind that ad and generate $0.
Yeah.
So we still paid you the $50 regardless. Or it could mean that $50, that video could have done really well. But in a scale, like a grand scheme of things, it could be a scale of, let's just say 50 videos you made. 5 might do well and 45 might suck. We still ended up losing a ton of money as well. So I think value just needs to be negotiated between certain people, what they think it's worth. There's a time side of things, a creative side of things, but also there's an actual function side of things where if that video sucks, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, and so there's a lot to it. But I mean, I agree 100%. Like, getting close, and all my success I attribute to all the mentors that I've had because I chose to work for free as well.
Amazing.
So same, I agree.
Yeah. And don't overlook it. You're not too proud to do that.
Yeah.
You can still have a part-time job. You can still have a job. But you don't be afraid to put yourself out there and chase your dreams and get close to where you need to be and go the extra mile. Don't just fill in a CV and put it in. Go and actually physically do what you say you're going to do for them without even them asking.
Yeah.
And that's how you will always move forwards in life.
100%. And so if anyone out there wants to work with Lewis, just make sure you send him some video edits of Contour Cube.
Yeah, that's right.
just a hot tip, all right? Quick tip for you guys. But now that we've gotten to the end of the show, where do people find you? What's your socials and what's Contour Cube socials?
Yeah, so Contour Cube's pretty self-explanatory. Literally, you can pretty much put it anywhere and you'll find it. It's just Contour Cube. We managed to get all the handles for everything.
Amazing.
Which is great. So, and then for myself, it's How To with Lou. So I'm basically just going on there and just telling everyone about how to make money online and how to make money in general, and just giving my opinion on business, and really want to kind of, instead of just like saying this is how you make money online, I actually want to get further into that and actually show people physically. So come along for the journey, give us a follow and let me know what you think, and we'll make some money together.
I love that. Done. We always like making money together. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. I reckon we'll have an awesome follow-up episode with more technical stuff in the future. Cool. And good luck with everything, baby, on the way, hopefully.
Go get married first.
And then hopefully 8 figures as well on top of that. So it'll be a cracker year for you next year, hopefully.
Let's go.
But yeah, let's do this.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Oof, good one.
I hope you have enjoyed that episode of Point 01. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow along on all our socials at Point 01 Podcast to watch all of the shorts again. We release an episode every single week, and we hope you will join us as we continue to explore the minds of those who make up the 0.01%. Until next time, keep hustling. I'm your host, Alan Fu. I'll see you on the next episode.